and welcome to Prestige Encounters, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Lich Souls Gaming. I'm your Dungeon Master, Michael. We have an exciting session in store for you tonight. But before we get to that, we have a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome back.
Yeah,
a lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music you use at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !midnight in our chat for a clickable link to midnightsyndicate.com. That is a Twitch chat only. If you're here on our Facebook group page or YouTube, you can always come over to our Twitch at Lich Souls on Twitch. We have artwork. Only two of our character artworks, mine and Emmeline's, are visible because we do not know who is alive and who is dead at this current start of the campaign, but the artwork is great nonetheless, and you can get some of yours yourself. Jeremiah is our artist. He will take a monies from you in exchange for him to create artwork of your character. So keep that in mind. That way, you know, maybe throw him a couple commissions for his birthday coming up this Sunday, his 21st birthday.
Yeah. He does good arts. We wish you could see all of our arts, but you know.
So you know, commission him or suffer the consequences. So you know, it's a great time. You can message him through Discord by going to our Discord, !Discord in our Twitch chat, lichsouls.com/Discord for a link that is a lot easier to say than the Discord default invite links, you know, the discord.gg/elementop, whatever.
URST.
Commission me so I can use my 21st birthday to gamble all of the commission money.
Oh, okay.
You know what they say, most people who quit,
99% of gamblers, 99.9% of gamblers quit before they make it big. All right,
that's a fact. Have a gambling addiction? Contact, not us.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's really cool. How about we play some Dungeons and Dragons? I'm sure everybody is eagerly awaiting to know what happened last week.
Nah, not really.
I can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Really, guys?
I'm kind of tired, I'm not gonna lie. Can we play next week?
Your doom may be impending. Welcome to your doom.
Grab your drinks, grab your snacks as we welcome you to our table and we begin tonight's session of Prestige Encounters. And here tells what happened last week in her very own words. Nobody else knowing but her what happened in those last mere moments of the campaign is none other than Emmeline. Take it away.
I should be writing a report to the Sunkeepers right now, but my mind weighs heavy and I need your support, even from afar. As I detailed to you in my previous letters, the group that I have been with, the Veiled Vanguard, has been tasked with helping Professor Liorkin explore a series of ruins within the Lammuld Woods. We have seen sights of wonder on the short journey so far, as well as ones of great terror. I won't dive into the details of that here, but know it is comparable to the tragedy of the work that we do at home. For the first time since you sent me to this continent, I yearn for the struggles I once had. Before leaving Rabulan, I had taken part in a fortune reading with everyone else. You know, I don't hold much belief in superstitious things like that, but I do love a good magic trick, and one I did get. One of the cards I had pulled lit on fire, but everyone else seemed to get their readings without issue. Valerie took her reading in private, but from her reaction upon exiting, I assume all went well. After that, we spent a few days on the road heading south. I did my required review of their vitals as we traveled, and I still have no explanation for how they revived upon my tables. I also painted some of their portraits, and I have encased them within this letter. Please take care of them for me, and perhaps you may send them back when I am in a stabler place. Unfortunately, we were attacked along the road. A large, lightning-wielding serpent ambushed us after chasing other prey. Those poor dwarves. With one swift breath attack, Valerie, Thalia, and Naoki fell dead. I'm ashamed to admit that the deaths affected me, and surely my performance. It was just so sudden. Those who were standing continued to fight, dealing blow after blow to this huge creature, until it consumed Diablo. It felt like no matter how much damage we put into it, it wasn't going to deter it, and it's in the midst of battle. As I used a fallen friend as a shield, I saw someone I didn't recognize, wearing Valerie's clothes. I had no time to question it then. As I watched Renatus fall unconscious, a being of bright, indescribable light rose from the body of Professor Leokin. Whether that was him or something else, I have no inkling. This holy being, with wings of shining vengeance, took down this serpent with a single arrow. The carnage that fell around me from the fallen beast paled in comparison to the grim news that the Savior delivered to me. They informed me that, although they had specific directions to not intervene, they could help me revive some of my friends. We were meant for bigger things. But I could only bring back 3 of them. What an impossible decision. Everyone brings value and their own talents, and any one of them could be the next big hero of our age. But I had to listen to my heart, Mom. I struggled with this severely, but I did come to a decision. Thalia's story was just starting, and she had a fire inside of her. Naoki had life and love to bring to this wasting continent, and it felt a little obvious to bring them back into the fray with me. I would argue they were some of my closest friends, but my real selfishness comes to my final choice. I also chose to bring back Valerie, or whoever was in her clothes. I will ask more questions and get to the bottom of what happened, but this is the only place I can confess. She just feels special to me, and she makes me feel good, and I have never explored this before. I can't let it slip away from right in front of me. Surely I made the right decision, right? Please send reassurance at your soonest convenience. With a heavy heart full of love, Emmeline Pyreweaver.
There is a smell of burnt flesh hanging in the air. Vision blurry as some of you begin to open your eyes. The first one to look up, recollecting the space around them, is the one that you knew as Valerie. Your head is throbbing with pain. You feel the wounds across your skin as you are barely breathing. Every breath brings pain to your ribs. Every movement is electricity shooting through your nervous system. And as you strain to move your head to the side, you get a glimpse of Emmeline currently sitting over the body of Diablo.
What happened?
It was an ambush. And Emmeline will rise from Diablo. She'll go ahead and just lay a piece of scrap that's on the ground. She'll just lay that over him, over his face. And she'll come over to Valerie to try to see if she can help maybe wrap up that head wound or something.
Yeah. And you'll notice that, again, Valerie is taller and less feminine. The clothes, which are scorched, fit much more loosely in some places and tighter than others. Kind of sits up. Voice is a little bit deeper.
Does Valerie seem to notice that this has happened, by the way? That she's changed in this way?
I would say it hasn't been noticed quite yet. But as this is happening, Thalia, you start to come to as well.
Oh my. I try to get up slowly, feeling everything that happened before. My arms and legs really stiff, but gradually I make my way up and I see across Valerie, but she looks different. But I don't want to question it until I fully know what has just happened.
Emmeline will shoot you a very knowing glance as she rummages. Does Diablo have like water on him? Can I grab his water canister and bring it over to?
I'll say that he has a water canister.
Yeah, I'll just bring that over and give everyone some water.
Craum, Renatus, and Naoki, you all begin to stir as well. And as you all begin to wake and you looking across the carnage stream, you're this carnaged scene. The cart is destroyed. The horses pulling the cart were incinerated. There is no sign of Professor Leorkin or his body anywhere. The thrown about disheveled bodies of the dwarves that were running from this creature are scattered about, along with the headless Behir and its body, oozing out this pale purplish colored blood. Little jolts of electricity still emanating from it as its nervous system is triggered by it. It kind of seizes and flinches as if still alive.
Would we need to get off the road. We can't be here like this.
Like what?
Prone. A bit.
Everyone who is currently alive has 1 HP.
Can you stand, Valerie?
I can certainly try. That was not meant to be a joke. That was legit.
As you begin to stand, Valerie, your dress begins to fall off the shoulders as there's nothing really keeping it in place anymore. And this is when you realize.
Yeah, grabs the dress and kind of has a little bit of a panic for a moment, covering themselves. And what? I was just. Don't look at me. And is going to panically shapeshift into the wrong form, change into the wrong form. So kind of forgetting themselves, and so first into a tiefling, because they're staring at Diablo with the purple skin, the horns, but the wrong shape. And panic again and shapeshift, and now into an orc. The muscles look bigger, but not quite as big as a 6 foot tall orc. And then, okay, I know what I'm doing. And focuses and shapeshifts back into the normal elven form.
Is it safe to look now? During that whole process, Emmeline had taken her hat and just kind of lowered it over her eyes.
Yeah.
Great.
What? That's not possible. I should be. The form. It's I keep my form. We only lose our form when we die.
We'll figure it out. It, she's looking over at anyone else for help in explaining maybe what happened. Renatus, Craum. How much do you guys remember? You went down pretty hard.
I remember it blasting the cart and only 3 of us were alive still, like, and then nothing. I don't remember much after that. He'll start like tapping himself to make sure he's got everything on him, and then just like make sure he's got all this stuff basically.
You guys.
Valerie does notice the bag of holding is missing, I assume, because of where she keeps it.
Damn.
Did somebody take things from me? I feel like I'm missing.
Huh. Yeah, it seems I grabbed this. I thought there might be something useful in it there. You can have it back.
As the bag of holding is handed to you, you notice that there is a tear in its side.
Uh-huh. Okay. Shit.
I presume it loses its magical powers with that.
Where are the contents? Are they strewn among the ground, or are they just missing?
So make an Arcana check.
Can I help with that?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage.
Yeah. Why am I having trouble finding Arcana? It's alphabetized.
And while this is happening, if somebody wants to make a history check for me.
Yes,
21.
please. Yes, please.
21. When a bag of holding gets damaged on the exterior, such as being torn, like if someone's having a duel with swords and the bag gets stabbed, the contents get blown somewhere into the astral plane. They are no longer accessible.
Oh, shit.
There wasn't
Shit,
anything important
like
in
you
there.
said.
Well, that's the skull gone.
I don't think.
Thank God.
How come we're back again?
We're also polar.
Along with that Arcana check, the skull is still bound to you, Valerie. All it takes is
Oh, I
somebody
know.
to touch it for it to reappear by your side.
Oh, I know.
Sick.
I know.
So someone's gonna have to find the skull out in the astral sea, and it's gonna be back at any point. With the history check, looking at this creature, you're able to piece together, Emmeline. Now this creature is known as Bahir. It most likely attacked the party because it sensed a draconic presence within the cart. These creatures were made by mages of giants and dwarves during a very old feud between the kingdom of Rubalon and the kingdom of Drailworm. They were the main weapon to use against the draconic forces when they were at war with each other pre Tears of Toumas. They are naturally hunters and hateful of dragons while having draconic properties themselves. Or more amphibious than reptilian.
And as this is being explained to the group through Emmeline's own words, she's going to wrap up Diablo's body with just burnt scraps that are left over and scattered.
We need to.
She'll try to tie him up.
We need to carry him. But if any of you try to touch his mask, I will have to kill you.
I
Sorry. He made me promise I would protect his identity even in death.
Perhaps you would like to do the autopsy with me.
Well, he's Diablo. He'll come back. We just have to give him a little bit of a helping hand.
Yeah. And with that, she'll log him up on her horse. And just have him sit back there. What time is it, by the way?
You are currently in a tunnel and have no way of knowing.
Cool. In this tunnel, I'm assuming it's straight. There aren't really any divots or anything that we
can see. Yeah.
Okay.
When Professor Leorkin last spoke to you, you were about halfway on your journey from Rubalon to the Elvish city just south of, known as. Hold on, let me check my notes. I know my world. Allerman, sorry. I will say that you were on cart, which didn't exactly speed your trip up. It just allowed you to move multiple people in a more compact and efficient way, and goods on top of that.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of silver on the ground and no gold.
Am I able to put 2 people on a horse?
You have the body currently on the horse with you.
Okay. And so yeah, a horse can carry 2 people, basically. Yeah. Okay.
But
so
half movement.
Yeah, if someone would like to ride on my horse and rest.
Not half movement, it can't use its action to dash. It can't travel at a very fast pace.
Well, that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race.
We've got Diablo's body, so I think I can walk. Valerie will cast Healing Word on herself, I guess.
Craum, can I get a nature check?
Of course you can. That's an 11. I don't know why I whispered that.
11?
Yes.
The blood of this magically made creature might be useful for alchemical or potion making purposes.
Do we? First off, which way are we going to be going? Are we carrying on our journey or back to Rubalon?
Ooh. What happened to the professor?
He seems to be gone.
Was he incinerated? I don't understand.
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
While this is all happening, Thalia is gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself.
Yeah, use those spell slots you get to use during a fight.
Well, I mean, a fight doesn't help if we're at 1 hit point.
True.
I mean, we could short rest.
I wouldn't mind a short rest to gather our bearings and figure out the best plan of action.
I can help with that. I've learned something kind of new. It's called the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. It'll at least obscure us for a bit.
The hoobie-dooby what now? Hold on.
While you're doing that, Renatus will use Fiendish Vigor on himself So I can give himself 10 hit points.
Oh.
It's like tiny hut, but not as strong.
Okay, so an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears centered on that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. Any light from open flames in the sphere are not visible from outside. Basically, it's a dome of invisibility that covers everybody within anything that they have.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like tiny hut, but not broken.
Right. I mean, tiny outlet is easily dispelled though. So, and also once you leave it, I don't think you can re-enter it.
No, once the spellcaster leaves it, it's gone.
So, it's just giving you, like, you know, in Harry Potter, the first Deathly Hallows movie, like when she's doing all, like, Hermione's doing all the wards, and like it's like that orb where they can't see them inside. That's basically what this is. Anyway. Woo. Okay. You all begin to sit down to rest. Emmeline, just a moment ago, Craum and Valerie asked the question of, where is the professor?
I have no idea. I didn't see him flee. I didn't.
Go ahead
I
and
don't
make a
recall
deception
his
check,
body.
please, with advantage.
Okay.
And this is going against everybody's passive insight.
Dear Lord.
Ooh. Could I technically use my thing that gets rid of advantage on this, or
Do you, what does your features say?
your
You do
connection
get
to a plane of
advantage.
blah blah blah? Restore
With
balance.
advantage?
Mm-hmm.
You can see within 60 feet yourself a creature you can see within 60 feet yourself is about to roll a d20 advantage or disadvantage. You can take a reaction to prevent the roll from being affected from advantage or disadvantage.
I think you would need to be aware of it happening.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also a 1.
All right, so
Natural
an
one.
11
Underwritten.
is what is going against your passive insights.
Mine's
I've got
12.
15.
12.
So
15.
how your characters react are up to you.
Hmm. I can sense something's not quite right here, and I want to know the proper truth, please, not just this deception you have decided to perceive upon us.
Thalia, why are you so
Obviously, everything is a bit of a mess, so forgive me if I don't have proper track of how everything was working. Emmeline's gonna take a long drag of her cigarette, and she's gonna start pacing back and forth, and she's getting a little worked up. And I don't understand why you're gonna sit here telling me how I...
Listen, we all just... Did we die? We had to...
Yes!
die,
Yes!
right? Okay,
The 3 of you died.
again.
Definitely feels like it.
I don't know where the professor is. That's the honest truth.
Is it entirely true?
Emmeline's just gonna walk away from this conversation.
As a
She's
whole,
gonna go.
that would be technically true.
Yeah. Well, to say, yeah.
And she's just gonna start going and looting like the dwarves' bodies and kind of just
Yeah.
picking up the area a little bit.
Yeah. Valerie will approach and help anyways.
I'm gonna start filling a water skin with the blood of this thing.
A
Sure.
water skin.
Yeah, because that's all I've got.
You don't have like some vials you got with
Can I get
your
an
alchemist
investigation
kit?
check, please?
Is it with advantage because Valerie's helping, or disadvantage because she's trying to avoid it?
It's with advantage.
Well, advantage doesn't really help.
17.
Yeah, it did.
So 17 is going. What you find is you find on one of the doors, the one that only has the bottom half along his waistband. You know, his innards are strewn up, kind of like a smear up above his torso. Along his belt there is a small pouch containing 3 small emeralds.
I'll take those. Thank you.
You also managed to scrounge from the rest of them. There's, if you want, 3 pickaxes. There are 2 short swords and a total of about 67 gold.
I'll definitely take the gold.
Nice.
Thalia, come look at these. See if they're your thing.
Are they good quality short swords?
Yeah.
They appear to be your standard short sword.
They're not like the garbage you find in like a dungeon. They're like decent, like they're a good make.
They are a short sword.
Yeah, good. I just like when you get stuff from bandits, it's like
Item.
yeah, it's like,
Short sword.
yeah.
What other
Gray.
weapons were there?
Common item.
Pickaxes.
Talia, if you melt them all together, you can get a better longsword.
Yeah.
Or
That's
How
what
many
you
how
can-
many short swords were there? 2.
2. Yep.
I could just take both then.
we
I
can
might-
tie both the handles together on a stick, and you can have
Yeah,
like
just-
a short sword spear.
A mace.
I can swing it around. Just both sides are deadly.
Talia's
Okay,
trying to
I
be
will
Darth
take them
Maul
both.
this campaign.
Yeah.
I'm taking both then. I will throw away my longsword because it's shit now.
You can fix it.
I would keep it.
You're in the Dwarven Kingdom. You can get it resmithed.
Well, you're halfway between the Dwarven Kingdom and the Elven Kingdom. Y'all are gonna have to pick a direction during this short rest.
It's going to be both Elven construction and Dwarven construction. It'll made of both mithril and some other ore. You can get the other bits filled in with another kind of ore, and it'd be like multicolored sword.
Ooh. Multicolours.
I'm not entirely convinced that's how that works.
Like that game that you don't like, Dungeon Master? Hey, I didn't say it, I just said the thing. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that you died?
I remember waking up in another place. We were in the ground, and I dug myself out of my own grave, I believe.
Okay, and that didn't happen this time, obviously. Did you see anything?
Did we see anything this time? It was... All I remember was the pain and reaching out to my mother, I think. And then I was back. Maybe this time it was different. I think the first time we got lucky. Or we got cursed.
I don't think it was a curse. Something very odd happened during the battle. I was truthful when I said I don't know where the professor has gone. And I am also truthful in saying I don't
know exactly what happened to the professor. I
Yes.
recall his body in the pile with the three of you, but she's gonna struggle for the words, and she's gonna kind of just sit for a moment.
Did you?
He was a being. He became something else. He transformed, and he had wings, and he was bright, and he had golden eyes, and he had this bow of fire. It was something. It wasn't him, but maybe that was him the whole time.
Maybe it was. Maybe he was seeking something at our destination. But
Perhaps.
I think that what he wanted doesn't matter. I think that we need to move forward and hope that the elves have some way to help us bring back Diablo. His story cannot end today.
I agree.
He has fights to win and songs to be sung and glory to claim.
I believe we'll bring him back.
Well, at the very least, if we're not so lucky today, he will find some way to return on his own.
He does say he's immortal, does he not?
Yes, well, I mean, he likes to embellish a little bit, but there is always truth in everything he says. So maybe the size of the dragon is a little bit bigger than the one that he defeated, but he still defeated the dragon, you know?
Okay. Yes.
Maybe the giant that he bested in an arm wrestling match the one time was maybe he just had a giant pot, but these other things. I don't know. I'm making that one up, just or
Valerie, I did Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Valerie, I did want to ask one question. I hope you know I don't mean any offense by this, but did Diablo know about your form?
Diablo did not care. He trusted that I would not betray him, and that there was benefit in our working relationship, that sometimes there were... I'm sure he's going to have questions, but we often did not pry too much into each other's secrets.
Then I will do the same and leave you be.
Well, I mean, some of the cat's out of the bag.
Well, I will push no further. If you do not wish to speak on it,
Yes. That's fine.
have no interest.
I mean, if I tell you too much, I have to kill you, so it's okay.
And I doubt you would have no remorse doing so.
I would definitely have remorse.
That's good to know.
Yes. I like being Valerie.
It suits you.
Well, I've been her for a very long time. Even though it's not really my face, it's the one that I go into.
Well, it's your face to me, so if that means anything,
Yes, it's also the face that my mother and father raised. And the face that lived the happy life for a time. It's always a shame knowing that someday I was going to have to stop pretending to be her.
Well, that day doesn't have to be today.
No.
For as far as I'm aware, I didn't see anything.
Well, again, it does not benefit people to know that I am this. My kind are not always trusted, especially when you're caught in your deception. Or at least that's what my uncle told me.
You all can go ahead and mark your character sheets for a short rest if you have not done so already.
Yeah.
How much of my water skin was I able to fill up? It holds
It's quite a big creature, also you can fill the whole thing.
lovely 5 pounds of. Sure, I don't know, pounds converted to milliliters or whatever, but I'll figure it out.
Milliliters. Just go with liters.
I mean, how heavy the liquid is dependent on the density of it.
Yeah.
But-
Is blood more dense than water? Yes.
The answer is
Mm.
yes.
Blood is thicker than water. I say that with no shame.
So, the party has taken their rest. You've kind of taken a moment to process what has just happened. What decision have you all come to of what to do next?
I think we should continue forward where we were being led. It was insinuated by the professor that we were being guided to a destination by him. At least that's what I gathered. So I think if we go to where we were being led, we'll find good resources.
And we can maybe find a way to save our friend.
I think that should be our first plan of action.
Sounds good.
Good. So we will continue on this way, and somebody has to pick up as much of this silver as we can get, because all of the bounty funds were in the bag of holding and they are gone. Just so you know.
Oh no, like 240 sessions since the first one a bag of holding gets destroyed.
It is not the first one a bag of holding gets destroyed.
On
We destroyed.
accident.
Okay, I'll give you that, because I definitely destroyed that one on purpose.
Yep.
We destroyed a bunch of bag of holdings, and I killed everyone with one.
You certainly did. So, the party begins to traverse further to the south, go along the stone path. As you come across fellow travelers on the road, either heading the opposite direction, you warn them what's to come, what to expect. You imagine that guards will be alerted to kind of clean up the carnage on a major road. The day passes. You can mark your character sheets for a long rest now.
Woo.
Yay.
I know, I'm just the worst.
Yeah, we went through all of that.
Full health again.
And after some time of traveling later, on a very cold and frosty morning, you make it to the southern gates of Rebellion. You give, I would say, a pound of silver for the toll.
How much of the silver do we get? Are we taking
you
it
know what?
all?
Roll an investigation check with advantage there, Valerie. I'll let you decide that. What was the total amount of silver that you bought?
I will look it
How
up in
many
a second.
pounds? 100 pounds?
100 pounds, and then we did 50
The
pounds
gold,
of gold.
the gold
I'm pretty
was
sure.
in the bag of holding.
The gold is
Yeah,
gone.
but we plus that.
Investigation was a 15 at advantage.
15. So I will give you. I'll say that you recover about 80 pounds of that. 81 pounds, and then 1 pound is gone. So you have 80 pounds left of silver. But you have to decide who's carrying that because weight does matter.
It's all being carried by Renatus. Because he's our beefy boy.
All right.
I mean, I'm not carrying anything, so it's fine.
I could also carry it.
No,
The
you're fine.
doors-
You just died. You don't have to carry anything.
The main gates themselves are not open. It's a smaller gate that's kind of built into this one that allows you to pass through. And as you exit out the gates, the sun is kind of low in the sky because you are towards the end of autumn, right? And the sun hangs lower in the sky. For those of you who does anybody remember the name of the sun that's still lit in the sky?
You're muted. I could hear
I
you
know.
yelling it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know he's muted. It's Alnor. Seolnor is no longer present in the sky. It was
Oh, yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
Alnor is in the sky.
Spoiler alert, he died.
Yeah.
No!
No,
Guy for
my
now.
man. Anyway, and it's this thing like kind of hits your eyes as you breathe out a breath of this fresh morning air. Your breath can be seen coming from everybody except for Craum and Renatus. And in the valley below, just before a massive forest wall of the Lammuld Wood, is Allerman, a white and emerald colored city with trees grown into it, multi-leveled, with a massive singular tree growing up in the middle. When I say massive, not like can be built into of, but a large tree itself.
This is quite pleasant. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, except for in a book.
I much prefer this to the Dwarven architecture.
It's more alive than an area as well.
The most interesting architectural note that you make of this is there is a very long but thin white wash stone with roots kind of growing up to support it. Comes from the mountains into the city. It has these alcoves that are very large towards the bottom, these arcs that get thinner as it gets towards the top. And at the end of it is a water wheel getting turned. Some of you know what this engineering marvel is. It's known as an aqueduct. It is carrying water from the mountains, from the Corlin Mountains, into the city, because this is a landlocked city. They need a source of water. And that is what this is
Actually,
doing.
aqueducts didn't use water wheels, they use screws.
This is my world. So do you want to sit down
I'm already sitting.
on the floor?
No.
But this one is using a water wheel to power it because they did need to find some source of power that's not steam or magic. Anyway, you all venture into the city?
Is there a toll?
No.
Good. First time somebody didn't charge us to go into a place.
About midday, you make your way into the city. crossing through a stone and wooden gate. These elves have tanned skin, more autumn colored hair, browns, darkers, warmer tones to their features than other elves that you may have seen up in Ilnira. These are wood elves primarily that live here within the Lammuld Wood. And what you notice is that there's not a whole lot of them. There are mixtures of dwarves and other races, but as far as the elves go, which was what the city is historically, there's not a whole lot of elves present here. Some of the trees, as you've gotten closer, seem to have withered a bit. Some of the stones and foundations in many buildings are cracked. You can guess that the city was made using magic of the elves. And when the Tears of Toumas happened, their foundations for many of their buildings began to falter. And it's kind of become a rush job to fix many buildings and other features within the city. There's a lot of dwarven presence here for their engineering, as well as they've adapted well to the stonework and that sort of thing. Things that you would not normally see in a dwarven city, such as metal castings and that sort of thing, is present as well.
I did not expect an elven city to feel so dwarvish. The Tears of Toumas have done a great deal of harm to this place.
I wouldn't say all that. It's just, unfortunate. What are the, are there any, for the section that we're in? Are there any, guards or city officials, I guess? Are they just standing posted up on corners?
There's some posted, just keeping watch on the streets. There's some that are kind of in groups of 3 or 4 walking up and down the streets. They're mostly wearing this, it's scaled in its design, but think of that as a more glass-like scaled looking armor. Has a slight green tint to it. It is opaque. It has these gold embossing, gilding on it as well. They mostly carry light weapons, although you see a wide array of weapons as well being carried. Some of them are magic casters.
Can't be that bad. I mean, they have plenty of guards and protection here. Seems fine to me.
I'm sure it is fine. Sign of guards with such opulent armor does suggest they have a great deal of wealth.
Excuse me, madam and monsieurs. Oh, come on over to my stall.
What kind of stall is this?
Walking up to the stall, you see two carts that are linked together. They have a large creature that is currently tied to a post. There's a number of cages and other items around the stall. There's an array of animals locked within. You all seem like you might be looking for some sort of pet. I have my own shop of animals here from around the continent, some even from other continents. Could I perhaps interest you in such a thing?
I'm going to tell you, you should see the pet that our friend has. She has a drake.
No. I was gonna summon my dragon, and now I don't feel safe enough to. So it is. It's not here. It is not here with me.
This human man with a very thin handlebar mustache and a kind of top hat with a overcoat, long tailcoat kind of hanging down. He has a cane with a what appears to be a ruby at the end, black in color for the cane itself. I have so many animals that you might find interesting. I have, he points to this small little thing in a kind of in a glass hold card. It's like this little jellyfish that seems to be turning colors with this translucent tentacles hanging, floating in midair. I have flumps from below. I have this, and he points up to another cage that's made of like this sterling silver. It's this blue and purple little tiny dragon that has these butterfly wings.
Beans isn't there, is he?
Beans is not here.
Good.
Nope.
This
Are
is
they all trained?
That is up to you. You have to train the animals. They are all little children here.
Does Valerie recognize the little dragon type?
Make a nature check.
Yeah. To see how good her education is. Education check. I mean, I know what it is. Or do I? This is your world. It could be anything.
Yeah, that's probably what you think it is.
How about an 18?
18. You know it's a fairy dragon.
It's a... Fairy dragons are known to be intelligent, right?
They can be, yeah.
Valerie approaches it saying, "It almost seems cruel to imprison a fairy dragon in this world."
That's why they keep them locked up like that. So
The
that you feel
silver.
the urge to save them.
They're
It's all a
kind.
tactic.
That's what they told me.
Can I ask them whether they like kidnap these from people or whether they kind of just were trying to save them to see how like ethical it sort of is?
Why don't you ask him as your character?
Yes. Hello there.
Ah, yes,
Good
you're such a
sir,
beautiful woman. I love
madame.
your hair.
Thank you very much. I have a question if I may ask.
Of course, of course. I love getting questions from customers.
These creatures you have with you, did you come across these and save these, or did you kidnap them from where they were?
Well, none of
Is-
them
how-
are children. They are all ethically sourced, of course.
So they came here like their own free will?
I highly doubt that animals have free will. Would you say that the puppy was taken from its mother as its free will? You brought it home as a small child, no?
Mm,
I think not.
right. Okay.
Or perhaps when you caught a butterfly in your net and put it in a jar so you could observe it from your room. Was that against its will? No, I think not.
Here's the question. What if a larger creature put you in a cage against your will? Would that be cruelty, or would that be the same?
Oh, so we're talking about that sort of things, right? Sometimes I spend my money for such things you do not know.
So you're talking about pleasure, or are you talking about the sale of humans and other species?
So, would any of you like to purchase one of my fine specimens of creatures here?
Do you have a dog?
A dog.
Anything
sta-
dog-like?
A standout dog?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuading him to... Okay, I see him. Give me 1 second here. Just a straight roll?
Straight roll.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'm nervous. Wow, 10.
10.
Gotta stop rolling those precision checks.
Ouch.
Perhaps my wares are not quite suited for all of you. You might
Well,
want
I'm
to...
just saying. Do you have like a hellhound or something like that? You know, something with a little bit of,
I'll let you have me roll
infernal-
persuasion check.
infernal flair? Can it be persuasion or deception? Because while she's trying to distract him, I want to see if there is a magical protection on this fairy dragon's case.
That would require a detect magic spell.
Okay.
Unless you want to do investigation.
Yeah. She's trying to ask him a leading question so that she can
I
investigate the
understand
lock.
what you're trying to do, but
Yeah.
it's for like if it's an arcane lock, it does require an investigation to pass to see. So
Oh no, I'm willing to do 2 rolls.
yeah,
I just
so
say,
let's
can
go
I?
ahead and do 2 rolls.
I mean, I don't know why I'm pushing for deception because my persuasion's better.
Persuasion, because you're trying to see what else you can get out of him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start with the thing you told me to do. 28.
28.
That's why you let the bard do the talking. Good lord. Anybody home?
Arcane lock does not appear to have a check for it.
Yeah.
So, perhaps my night auction would be something that you would be more interested in. You seem to be an interesting person.
That would be interesting.
And they'll hand you a quick card. It is a red card with gold ink. And it
Yes.
gives you an address further in the city. And then upon you reading it, words shimmer into existence. Do you have this memorized, is what it says to you?
Oui.
The card bursts into a small purple flame.
Damn.
Fascinating.
I really want the dragon.
The dragon is 1,000 gold. You're more than welcome.
I
Never
don't
mind.
think we can afford that.
And he suddenly has lost complete interest with you at those words.
Oh, Naoki, you are bad at bargaining.
Before we stop-
There's always other things for sale for exchange outside of money, correct?
You've lost interest.
Also, we can't give him any of the silver.
It's okay.
Dragon.
Or
Valerie
thing.
has the card memorized. She's gonna check it out. So. All right. Well, this is why we shall see what happens next. Valerie walks away. You know, as they walk away, Naoki, you're not supposed to tell the person you don't have enough money. You're supposed to bargain them to the point where I can potentially free the poor creature.
I see.
That's
I really, really, really want it. I wish we could have stolen it, but
well,
no.
I wouldn't call a fairy dragon something you possess so much as a companion.
It's a little cruel that it's surrounded by silver.
Yes. It is a cruel place.
As we continue walking, I'd like to keep an eye out for any medical, like, stalls or stations, any makeshift hospitals or any temples or anything like that.
There's definitely temples.
Okay, more specifically, ones that feed our interest in saving Diablo.
So
So I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
most make a religion check for me.
Aye, aye. $23.
Most cities do not have a single temple for each god. Most people don't generally worship only one god per se. It's more like and what you'll find in most cities is a building with different altars. So a person who's looking for love might go to the temple and pray to the altar relating to that god, right?
Correct.
So give me one moment. Or one that is looking for protection of their home might go and pray to Casimir's altar, who is the god of barriers and wards. One is looking to keep their husband from cheating on them again, might pray to Mordecai, the god of devotion. Although a little misguided, that one might be. One who you might find at a small altar to Demas in brothels, the god of lust and pleasure, those sort of things. So you're looking for mostly is a temple in general, and there are several.
So, could we like pray to try and bring him back? Or at least...
So the temple that you'll find, I'm not shutting you down, Meg. I'm just describing this real fast. Is a temple that has like these 4 trees are at each corner of the building, and the 2 front trees, as you're walking, to grow up to these 2 branches that come together and kind of form this arc in which a stained glass window is built into the branches, kind of encompassing around it as well. The stones themselves are a mixture of this dark gray, like slate looking stone with this white limestone, almost kind of creating this not exactly checkered look, but more like white stone with these random black bricks built into it. There's multiple steps that lead up to it. There are gardens and fountains that are made, and the first thing that you actually notice is the garden itself has a little bit of plants growing in it that is dedicated to Nadalium, the god of plants and growth. And despite it being a cold winter morning, these plants seem to be thriving in this small area off to the side. Of course, the stained glass window is a singular sun with 2 moons on each side of it. That tells you all that this temple was built, or at least the window was manufactured, post Tears of Toumas. And as you walk in, a man, an silver-haired elf, tan skin, big bushy white eyebrows, quite aged, wearing simple robes, comes up to you all. Oh, hello, welcome on in. What brings you to our temple fight today? Just paying your respects to our mighty gods? Or are we in need of something?
As we carry a body in with us.
So I can show you on over to the altar of Yelnangref Treya. May they guide his soul to the next life.
No. That's the we are seeking.
Speak up, young lady. I can't. My hearing is not quite what it was.
This is Diablo the Immortal. He will revive.
But he might need a little bit more assistance this time, as she says right into his ear. We need help with resurrection.
Well,
Fountain of life.
I'm sorry. I know that death can be hard on people, but your friend does not appear to be alive.
Yes, it's fine. I mean, sometimes he dies and then he comes back. I mean, it's just a thing. But so
that is why we need resurrection.
Just to be clear, we need your help with resurrection.
Unfortunately, we do not have any clerics capable of resurrection here. It's anywhere in the city that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Do you know anywhere it might be? In a city, maybe perhaps through the woods?
A Since the Tears clerics have been very hard to find in that capacity, even amongst our most devout priests, very few can commune with a god and gain their power. I'm sorry. The best that I would be able to do is prepare and preserve the body. Should you find someone capable of such an act.
So we have to somehow find someone who can save our friend, and you will preserve him until such a time that we return?
That is something that I can do for you. I'd be more than happy to, as I am a man of few divine abilities.
Can I talk to your manager?
He does a little twirl. I am the manager. How can I help you?
Did he like change his hair or anything? Like put on a fake mustache or?
Fun fact, I actually did that to a customer once. I like went below the counter, came back. I was like, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Oh, see, I never have the balls to do that. I just go, I am the manager, and they go, "Can I talk to your manager?" I'm like, "No." I'm as far as you go.
But if
this
you
is
wish
the
to
end.
talk to my boss, you're more than welcome to pray to the altar of Alnor over there.
Yeah, Valerie's hair grows to the side and a little bit longer on one end, and it's kind of shaved on the sides.
Stop it. It's all formal business in the front, but iron throne in the back.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
It doesn't happen. Though I could do that.
You could do that.
It's your call,
Use your cloak
Valerie.
to say "live, laugh, love" on the back.
Oh, yeah. So I think I mean, I'm always willing to try something once. We can all try praying together, and maybe, between us, one of us will get enough of a connection.
I mean, I've never prayed before. I'm not sure I know how to.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, to say, Renatus, you're kind of the godly one here. He prays to nature.
You can pray to nature, dummy.
Yeah, he
You're dead.
Okay.
he likes to. He's a little bit of a tree humper.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh my. I mean, Renatus, they are your goddesses, are they not?
Indeed.
Would you ask them if they could do Diablo? What was done to you? Something they did to you, I assume.
I can certainly try.
Do you want like us to all hold hands and sing a song?
No, that's not necessary.
Kumbaya.
No. I mean, which god would we even pray to? I couldn't even tell you the name of a god. At the minute, they've all changed.
And I mean, he's kind of got a back end connection to goddesses. So we also talked to, we kind of had a experience with the gods underneath an area. So
Is that a god?
That would, I mean, it was literally, we literally heard
be a god.
the voice of a goddess.
Yes, we did. I am now remembering this.
Here's my journal.
coming
I have the specific page where I wrote the notes down.
Sorry, that was in the bag of holding too.
Oh.
It wasn't.
You have to delete all the campaign notes.
Alright, delete all the campaign notes right now. Select
Alright.
all.
Bye, campaign 3 journal.
Delete.
I use them.
No!
I deleted all of your character sheets too.
Ah, shit.
Oh
Alright.
no.
Campaign 4 starting next week. Good night, everybody.
And all the Dungeon Masters campaign notes are gone too.
So, I know that there are a few of us here who knew Diablo better than I did. And now that we've had time to sit on this, if we are unable to find a way to revive him,
We should say goodbye.
perhaps. And I might need I need someone to consent to release his body so I can look at it.
What was Diablo's medical instructions on medical treatments? I wonder.
Yeah, did anyone read his bracelet?
Did he have like a DNR and like no donation of organs there? Jeremiah, you can pipe in for this one.
Yeah, he said.
Speak from the sky.
He said, a little flashback for Valerie.
Yeah.
If I ever take the bucket, not that that's likely. I'm gonna live forever.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah. I need you to put me in a box.
With like a handle on the inside so you can get out.
Yeah, sure. I need you to put me in a box, right? And I need you to mail me all the way across the wasteland, so that when those undead fucks bring me back to life, I can kick all their asses.
Oh my god. Wait, that seems really inconvenient for you. What if you wake up on the way and you get revived by godly magic or something?
And I got more prep time.
Okay. Do you want it in like one box? Because we may not have much money, so I might have to do it in several.
I didn't really think that far. Whatever works.
Okay, so one box preferred.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to be okay. Valerie looks spaced out for a minute. Drool going down her cheek a little bit. Sorry, that was very vivid. He wants to be shipped to the kingdom of the undead in a box, so that he can be revived and kick their asses.
Does sound like something he'd say.
On the water. Stitch him back up.
I don't think he wants you to open him back up. Oh, open him.
I will begrudgingly accept your decision.
I know. I mean, you can. I mean, he might consent to you taking like a sample of his blood. He didn't say we couldn't do like a blood sample. You could test that.
Piece of his hair?
No. We cannot touch his hair. His hair and tail and horns are not to be touched. Every piece you remove removes a piece of his mojo.
I'll take a little bit of blood, but I suppose.
I know. I have to respect his wishes. As vivid and as recent as that conversation felt, even though it was many months ago.
I do apologize, but would you like me to prepare the body?
Well, since I won't be taking a look at it myself, that would be much appreciated.
One thing. You are not to remove his mask under any circumstances. He will come back into this world the same way that he is currently. His mask must stay.
Very well. I will prepare the body, and if you wish to come back tomorrow morning, you can have a small service for him and say your goodbyes.
And then I guess we're supposed to ship him to the Sanguisian Empire.
We might have to pay for that.
He really hates the undead, so he wants to go there to kill some undead, I guess. You must appreciate that, priest, right? They are against your beliefs.
Of course.
Thank you.
The collection of priests will walk over and carry his body quite gently through some doors, and with that moment, Diablo's no longer in your presence.
Oh, I think I need a drink.
Seconded.
Third.
I mean, drink doesn't affect me, so
We'll get
you guys can though.
We'll get you a glass of oil.
We'll get you crude oil.
Delicious.
Or like sap. Do you prefer sap? I mean, you're kind of like half wood, half metal.
I mean, I would prefer to get rid of this silver, sorry, before
Right.
we get robbed.
Well, we do need more money, so sorry, Renatus, we didn't do your thing. But if you can say something for him tomorrow, I suppose we should all think of what we're going to say in case we never see him again.
I'm sure we'll find a
Very
way
well.
to get him back.
Let's stay positive.
Yes, but it's also kind of a dick move not to say goodbye when you have the opportunity. I mean, we may see him again, but we may see him after he's holding the head of the Sanguisian Empire in his hands. And he may be a changed man.
I mean, how would he take a head if he uses his hands? Oh, I'm imagining it now. It's very, very gruesome.
It's very vivid. I don't know how. I mean, it's like he's right next to me at this
Nice.
moment, all 2 spaces to my side. I get in real trouble right now, guys.
Is there just like a random... I'm gonna find the nearest random person in this temple outside of the priests that just took the body. Is there just some poor folk praying somewhere?
There is a young man, Elvish, currently praying at an altar. Yes.
Yeah, excuse me. Hey, where's your favorite place to go drink?
Oh, I have so many places I like to go drink. I have so many friends.
Mm-hmm. Which is the
like
best and most affordable?
I don't know. Oh, I never had a girl speak to me before.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Fascinating.
Oh boy.
I mean, I would really love it if you would tell me your favorite place. Maybe we'll see you later. We might both see you later.
And you look at me, actually is praying at the altar of Mimis, the goddess of love and beauty.
Ah.
I mean,
I'm tired of this. I use the charming glasses.
Really? I don't think we need to do it. Oh my god. They survived.
He gets a 5 on his check for that. I believe that's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Wink.
The guy
Take
who
us to the
pushed me
nearest
into
bar.
A puddle told me about the grove.
The Grove.
Let's go.
Grove. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Would you like to go with our friend here? I'm sure he would enjoy your companionship. You know, just because girls are pretty doesn't mean they are the only ones who are fun.
Wait, is this elvish guy hot? Wait, fit check.
I think it's depending on what kind of person you are. You know, some people really like personality. His isn't
Descriptions.
So great.
Asking the real questions, apparently.
You know, he has
he-
Goodness.
his hair's a little bit oily. It doesn't smell like
Period.
he smells like he likes My Hero
How are-
Academia like a lot.
How are his leg
But it
lines?
doesn't exist in this
That's
campaign.
in this universe.
It's not canon in this.
How are his leg lines? You know, his inner lines.
I'm
So
gonna
he
leave it at
doesn't look
that.
like Legolas?
He doesn't. He seems like he doesn't take good care of himself.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, precipitation, you know, is clean.
Y'all are torturing this guy.
He's under my spell.
Bro, if he doesn't look like Legolas, I don't want him.
He does
So
not look like Legolas.
Oh.
he's all yours.
I've flitted around with a few men, but I don't think I want this one.
I mean, come on, he smells good. I mean, he's got a little bit going on down there, you know?
No.
Okay.
If you want him, you can have him.
Us. I mean, I could, but I'm not interested.
Maybe you could, like, take him in and then just knock him out.
And walks away. Just like, I've spoken.
I didn't expect it to go like that.
Go.
My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
That was a lot of fun.
God, what a weirdo, right? Never
Yeah.
showering, never talking to people. What a weirdo. I could never be me.
I mean, he's
Emmeline, me, I am very clean.
I mean, the important
Tactful
thing
person.
is he's really trying to be. He wants love.
He
has a big heart, which would probably be fun for you to remove.
was
Are you
really
sure
annoying.
you don't want him? Are you?
No, I'm absolutely sure. When the fan speaks, the fan speaks.
Finding directions from locals, you find a peculiar tavern called the Shadowed Grove. It is a open concept bar with these hedges that kind of are in where they're rebuilding these hedges along the line with a singular arc of this silvered metal kind of intertwining with flowers growing through it. And it is autumn once again, but as you approach this, you feel this warmness to the air, comfortable temperature like you would do so in spring. And as you walk through the archway, you look up and you see a night sky, just a tapestry of stars, about 10 feet up, just sparkling. It's just swirling about. There are all sorts of celestial movements above. As you see, this is quite beautiful magic. The bar itself is a singular curved trunk of a tree that seems to be cut in half, with a staircase kind of going up to a tree that is planted behind the bar, with a collection of what you can see is rooms built up into this large tree. And this is when you realize that large tree is in fact the main centerpiece of the grove. The bar
It's
kind of curves
bougie.
around, circular around this, so the bartenders can serve people in a 360 fashion. And the person you walk up to is wearing a nice button-up white shirt with a cerulean blue bow tie that matches their vest. Their sleeves rolled up to the middle of the forearm. And yes, it is a very nice looking place.
Let's drink. Yeah.
Of course. And say, Thalia, you might have the most money of any of us.
I will say on your way here that you did sell your 80 pounds of silver. Each pound is base cost 50 silver per pound of silver. Go
Okay,
ahead,
could
and
I-
whoever wants to sell can roll a persuasion check.
Can
to
I
see
do
what
it?
percentage you do.
Can I do it, guys?
Go for it.
Oh.
Do
You
it.
can
This
have
better go
advantage.
well. 24. Well, let me roll again. Nah, 24 is as good as I'm getting this time, unfortunately. Sorry.
Okay, 24.
Let me
So
down.
you originally spent 5,000 silver on this. Does that sound correct? 500 gold?
Yes, that was
50 gold?
50 gold, no?
50 gold? That's right.
I spent
You spent 50. No, you
70. I spent 70,
We
and then the
spent-
group.
Yeah, it was 100 altogether.
You spent 30 and we spent 70. We did the opposite.
That sounds more right.
Yeah.
So,
So it was 70 gold of silver.
So yeah, 100 times 5. Yeah, it would have been 50 gold. So you originally spent 500 gold on this. You lost 20 pounds total. So you have 400 gold. What did you get for your persuasion check?
24.
So you made a profit. I will give you 25% profit. So you broke even with 500 silver. So 50 gold back.
Okay, which puts our party funds back up to 50 gold because everything else is lost. So actually, this is good because if we hadn't have invested this, we would have had 0.
I'm sorry, but 35 gold because Craum did invest 30% of that, and that's his return. So
I don't
it's
mind.
35.
We can.
15
The group can keep
gold.
it.
Take
Okay.
your goddamn money. Valerie gets
I
it to
also-
say, I would not welsh on an arrangement.
I mean, we just all died. I think keeping the group funds alive is more important than
Well, let's put it this way.
myself.
I think the more bodies the gold is on, the less likely we're going to lose it all.
Okay. I'll take, what, 30 gold, was it?
15.
15.
15 gold, sorry. My fault.
The bartender
That's
is
what
a pink-skinned tiefling with these completely white eyes, polishing mug as you walk up. Hello, how can I help you today? Welcome to the Shadow Grove. Is this your first time here? Have you been here before?
This is our first time.
First time.
Oh, well,
It
have a
feels like-
seat.
It feels like I've been here before, but it is the first time, unfortunately. What a magnificent place.
Thank you. I quite like what I did with the place. Yeah?
Ah, it is
I
magnificent.
Oh, are there
The-
any books?
Are there any books? Sweet, this is a tavern.
You don't have reading material?
Would you like reading material?
Maybe after a few drinks.
Well, anyway, welcome in. We sell a highly selected menu, very fine, of craft cocktails infused with a little bit of magic.
Ooh.
Magic drink?
I call it magi mixology.
Magic mixology?
Agi mixology.
Magi mixology. Okay, sorry.
Correct. Is that mention of mine? My name is Lunestra. Nice to meet you.
Ooh.
Nice to meet you.
I do fancy one of these. Does anyone else want to join me in drinking?
Of course.
I want one.
And so the lovely lady over here is Emmeline. I am Valerie. The rest of them are here.
Naoki and Thalia, respectively.
And then Craum and the one who doesn't speak very much, who's a little grim, is Renatus. I'm kidding. I'm not going to be completely horrible. And if we could get one for each of us, and would it be insulting for you if we purchased one for a friend who cannot be here?
Of course. So you just want me to give you some of my best selections? Is that what you would like me to do?
How much are these?
Well, they do. We are the highest end bar in town, dear. You won't find my drinks anywhere else in the world.
I mean, you can only try something magnificent for the first time once.
That is correct. You know, I used to study potion making, but it just wasn't quite the business for me. But then I was like, what if I made these drinkable for people's enjoyment?
That sounds wonderful.
People always
have
think about
any
the usefulness of potions, not often the fun part.
Do you, by any chance, take ingredients?
Oh,
Do you have something to offer me? She
I
kinda
mean-
leans forward on the bar.
We kind of ran into some trouble, killed a beast, and I've got a bit of its blood. I'm not really sure what it's about. Might be of interest, maybe. I'll
What
pull out
kind
the
of
water
beast is it
skin
for?
and just pour like
She'll-
the
she'll
blood in a
take it-
glass,
she'll
I
take it
guess.
little hit. No. My glassware is not to be monster blood poured into it. Thank you. She'll take out a
Very
handkerchief
sorry.
and like dip a little on the lid and look at it. Here, blood.
Hmm.
Quite a nasty beastie you all found yourselves. Most of you alive. I'm guessing this is why your friend could not make it. I'm sorry.
Well, some of us weren't successful at first, but as you say, once dead, try again.
I'll tell you what. I will purchase this from you for a reasonable price. And I'll even throw in a little bit of a bonus as a morning discount
That's very
or
kind.
promotion. Which one is it? I always get the two mixed up. Regardless, it's in your favor.
discount.
How does 60 gold sound for this water flask of water skin of Bahir blood?
I
It's
mean-
quite a rare beast. I hope you understand this.
Thalia, you've sold stuff like this before, no? Is it worth this much?
I have never sold dragon or this sort of item before.
I would say to you, he seems like a very fair proprietress, and we should not insult her by presuming she does not know the value of what she is purchasing, and of course, there was some need for her to make a profit off of it, because it's not. This is the way of business.
Can we keep like a little bit of it? Do we have to give the entire thing?
I don't want to carry it around in my water skin.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take the 60 gold. Just take whatever off for the first round, and then just give me the rest. First round's on me.
Yeah.
All right, so she'll take the skin to the back and bring back a completely cleaned out skin.
Or just a new skin.
Nope, cleaned out.
Huh. Did you have any, like the hair blood on the side of her mouth?
Right, so you all wanted some of my favorite drinks. They do run 8 silver each. I'm sorry, what was that, Craum? What did you say?
Just doing maths. Doing maths.
Okay.
8, 16.
That's 28 silver.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
7 times. I did 7 times 4. I don't know why I got that math.
48.
7
Is it
times
56?
56.
Oh,
56?
bloody no.
5
56. They're all the same.
gold, 6 silver.
I'll give him 6 gold over.
Him or her? I think it's her.
Is it
Her.
her?
Sorry.
Or they.
Is it her? She, her.
She.
All right. And you watch as she kind of like whips about this bar space. She takes this tin. She'll put some random roots in one, some herbs in another. She'll put a dash of this, dash of that. Just quickly whipping about this bar in a very quick speed. And then you watch as she muddles things, she shakes things, she strains some into glass, she smokes one of the glasses in this kind of multicolored pink wood that kind of gives this glitter-like smoke about the glass. And she'll give each of you a mixology cocktail. So go ahead and try.
Are they each different?
They are each different. You each get your own drink.
What does Diablo's look like?
Bottoms up.
So we'll start. I'll describe each of your cocktails one by one. So I'm just a humble magic mixologist. I kind of just gave you all something based off of what I thought you would find fun. So she'll go over to Craum first. Craum, yours is, you do have a mouth. You are capable of consuming things.
Yes.
Yours is kind of this dark brown, viscous drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did something a little bit unique here. We don't have a lot of your kind that come through here, but I find that the sap distilled from one of the trees in Lammuld Wood would be good for the lubrication of your inner systems.
Certainly. I'm not sure.
So she, you'll take your drink, and you have one extra sorcery point.
Oh,
like a temp HP,
hey.
but a temp sorcery point added on.
That's great.
And once it's consumed, it is gone.
For how long? Just forever until I use it.
Until you use it, but it's the first one that gets used next time you like temp HP.
Sounds awesome. Hell yeah.
She'll go over to Naoki next. You have a kind of blush pink cocktail with a very nice lily in the middle of it. The lily kind of like spins slowly, and then you look down, you notice that the lily is actually just slightly off the surface of this otherwise neatly served liquid, which means no ice. So you're definitely seem like a nature type. Do I have that right?
You are correct.
I'm so good at my job. It's like I'm a professional or something. It's like almost like I do this for money, right?
The flowers didn't give it away.
Huh. So as part of your drink here, you have advantage on your next save.
Ooh.
That you make.
Very nice. He drinks it.
Thalia. Yours
Yeah.
I took from a special plant that grows just in the world kiln in the country of Trailworm. It is not locally sourced, unfortunately, but it is a very rare procurement I'm quite proud of. It's a little bit spicy. It's made from some peppers as well. And basically, as you take as you look at this drink, it is served in a tall Collins glass with ice. It has a nice rimmed herb around it. Kind of, it's a pepper that's been ground to a dried and then ground into a powder. The drink itself is a neon orange, and as you look into it, it looks as though there might be a little bit of flame swirling inside, dancing within, inviting you to take a drink.
Ew.
You have a free casting at the lowest base level of Dragon's Breath, or what is that called? What is the spell? Help me here. Is it Dragon's Breath?
Mm-hmm. You got it right.
Cool.
You got it.
Cool. Fire would be the damage type.
Awesome sauce.
Next, we have Emmeline. Yours
prepared.
I can see that you're very in touch with your spiritual side, or perhaps spirits or bodies. Regardless, this is an earthy cocktail that's made from a muddled root. As you look, it has like this kind of purplish milky look to it. And it has illusion magic that kind of is imbued with it, as it looks like instead of the single round rock, it is a floating eyeball.
Wow.
What does
And
it taste like as I take a sip?
as you take a sip, you get this taste of creams and do you know what like ube tastes like, or like taro? It's kind of like a taro tasting drink.
Okay. Heck yeah.
And the
No
bit of
insect.
this next summoned undead that you have has double HP.
Let's go.
The next zombie or skeleton that you bring back has double HP.
W.
These are all
Epic.
single-use buffs, by the way.
If she's able to, convert it into an undead, its level might be too high.
Revelor.
Revolver. Renatus.
Renatus.
Revelor's here? There
Stop
you go.
naming your characters with freaking R's. I'm sorry.
Look, yeah, his next character is just gonna name.
Renatus.
His next character's name is just Re.
Renatus. You have a smoked whiskey, smoked Manhattan, basically, is what it is. Simple Manhattan, but the interesting part is that the actual herb that it was smoked with, or the wood that it was used to smoke, I am told that this herb only grows on the cliff sides of the underworld. It takes very capable magic casters to go harvest it for me. It is by far one of my most expensive drinks. The next 2 attacks of your echo get a D10 added to them. Next 2 attacks
On the damage or the attack?
on the damage.
Okay.
Ooh, you see.
Valerie.
Oui.
Hi.
Hello.
You are a tricky one.
Yes. I try.
Are you familiar with the god Martial?
Is she?
Make a religion check.
Sure. That might be right. I'm a bard. I'm slightly good at everything, but that's only a 13.
13. Martial is the god, both portrayed as male and female, as the god of change and time.
Looks. Her eyes one of her eyes kind of just like becomes a little less purple for a moment and then kind of fluctuates back.
So I made you something that is for your party side, but also reflects who I believe you can be. I call it a margarita.
It's a margarita.
Your current inspiration that you can give are boosted to a D12.
Wow. For how long?
Until the current inspiration that you have are used up.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. And I'm definitely writing this down.
Yeah, so write down how many you have.
We.
So, will you all be needing rooms?
Yes, please.
Yes. We should.
Very well. And that is where we're going to take our mid-session break. So everybody, that is where we're going to take our mid-session break here. Thank you so much for joining us so far. We're going to go ahead and refresh ourselves. So on and so forth. If you're just now joining us.
Oh, wow. It's been a real ride. I'm so sorry that you're just now joining us because like that was a cliffhanger, and yeah, you really need to learn to just start things from the beginning, pay attention to the things that are coming up. But in all seriousness, we had a great session so far, big twists, big surprises, and if you want to catch the rest of it, you can find us on the podcast networks. If you're already listening to our beautiful voices and you want to see us in our live human faces, you can find our live play of Prestige Encounters of Dungeons and Dragons you're listening to right now on Mondays on YouTube. And we did this live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we do other things too. We play video games. We're playing sometimes Stardew Valley.
A lot of Stardew Valley currently, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Stardew Valley. Hey, Jeremiah, say something so we can hear your voice.
Something, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll be back here momentarily. See you in a bit. Hello and welcome back,
everybody.
Hi,
everybody. We're playing D&D.
D&D.
Woo! Hello.
When we last left off, you all have been to the Shadowed Grove, a magical tavern located in the city of Amerlin, in the Elven section of Silveria. The Lammuld Woods is to your south. This is where you are heading towards some ruins relating to the Xoraxan Empire, or the Xoraxan Kingdom. Prior to your dealing with a Behir, during that, the Professor Leorkin revealed himself to be a Solar, an angel sent to guide you on the path, and only was able to revive 3 of you. 1 of you, Diablo, deceased.
Unbelievable. It's a lie.
So you had just talked to the bartender Lunastra, a pink tiefling woman, and gotten rooms for the night. The rooms are 2 gold a night. They are expensive rooms, and each of you have your own room. That would mean that is 12 gold spent.
Also,
Damn.
Can we
Okie
there's no
doke.
like double rooms we can cheap out?
There is no double rooms.
That's
Either
annoying.
that, or we can sleep together, or is it like a twin bed?
Top and tail.
These are like the Paris Olympics anti-sex beds. Only 1 person can sleep on them.
False.
well,
I
I don't
can-
need a bed.
I don't
so
mind.
could
I
just
don't
sit
mind
in the
paying,
corner.
guys. It's okay. Really, it's fine.
Were big crazy adventure types. I thought that you went and slayed bears and made all sorts of money. Is this not what you do? I'm sorry, but I generally don't understand how poor people live. Like, do you just don't eat?
It's fine. Honestly, adventuring it's a bit of a give and a take. We lost a bag of holding, so we have enough money. We're a little sad we have less, and we're honestly used to at least doubling up. Just
it's a policy. We don't allow people to multiple people sleep in one room. 1 room per person. If you decide after that you want to sleep in the same room, that's all you. But it's 1 room per person policy. And I have just enough rooms for the 6 of you.
insight check.
Roll an insight check.
This seems like a way to get money out of people. That's a 7. She believes her.
You do believe her. She is telling the
Yeah.
truth.
Okay. It's a wonderful
I just
drink.
want to
You said
start
it.
this relationship off right. I know a lot of things. I hear a lot of things from people coming in here or there. This is you don't want to ruin this on our first interaction.
You don't want to have a house of ill repute. I understand.
Exactly. I'm running a business here. I'm so glad that you understand.
Of course. Well, I'm dead tired.
Bedtime.
Off we go.
Unintended.
I promise.
little
you,
soon.
Emily, the next time I die, I will let you take a look at my organs. But you have to promise somebody brings me back if you sew me up.
Deal.
Yes. They do tend to move around sometimes, so you got to be careful with that.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if I like change the shape of my ribs, the heart kind of moves a little bit with the lungs, and
Fascinating.
yes.
Hmm.
I don't
Alright.
really understand how it works, but I feel it is very uncomfortable if I get make yourself too skinny.
Evelyn can't ask the question that she wants to ask because it's not normal to ask someone like, "Can I see that happen live action?" But
I'm sorry. I'm told me to interrupt. So who will be paying for the rooms?
oh, I can do it. I have my own store right in here. She'll just offer it at 12 gold.
One moment, and she looks at this. You look as she looks over, and there appears to be this drunken dwarf trying to pickpocket somebody at a nearby table. She quickly snaps her fingers at him, and with a swirl of magic, he gets poofed into a turtle.
Damn.
Did you
No.
just?
Polymorph.
Got a bit stealing.
Impressive.
I can't remember. Did I make you into a tortoise or a turtle? I guess I could drop you in water and find out how well you float.
Oh.
I'll put them in a cage for now.
Yes. Is that,
That
going
was
to
the
fade
turtle.
off? Is that going to fade with time, or is?
Who's to say?
It depends on how powerful you are, I suppose.
She can always reapply it.
Anyway, I will take that 12 gold from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here are your room keys. And she will take a little quill, and she'll put a rune on each of your wrists. And these will fade after a day. And after that, you won't have access to your rooms anymore.
Of course.
This is very fancy, I must say.
Of course it is. It's mine. You're in an establishment of Unestra.
It's going to be. I'm certainly going to speak of this place when I go back to Elneria. I've seen some magnificent locations, but I just say this is definitely my favorite place.
This beats the pile of leaves, definitely.
And
Right,
remember,
Commander Shepard.
if you ever have magical ingredients, I'd be more than happy to buy them off of you. And who knows, it might help me make a new little potion for you to drink and enjoy. And as you look around, it appears that she might have given you a bit of a discount on the potions that she offers, because other people drinking their drinks, they just like breathe out sparkles for a few seconds or something like that. This might be a selling tactic. She might have just given you a free sample of some of her best work. Well, anyway, have a good night's rest. I hope you don't have any plans this late at night. But
Maybe just have a quick conversation with a friend, but nothing too dramatic.
of course, well, good night then. And what do you all do?
Emmeline must retire to her room to study.
I would just like to sleep. I want to see how comfy this bed actually is.
Oh, by the way, Megan, I forgot to mention that your Dragon's Breath is a bonus action.
Cool.
Put that in the notes.
It's a one-time Dragon's Breath as a bonus action.
Valerie will visit Emily, but that'll be about it. If anyone else want to do something first. Ooh, that looks painful.
You're good. Good,
Okay.
Good.
Nobody? Jeremiah. Knock, knock.
Come in. Emmeline's just kind of perched in this really weird way when you do come in. She is sitting, I'm assuming that there are desks and a chair in the rooms for how much we paid for them. So she's like sitting in the chair. Her feet are on the chair. She's kind of just squatted over her notebook in a way very similar to Elle. And she's just scribbling.
So, that must have been interesting for you. In your line of work, you don't usually see people come back from the dead.
Oh, it's been happening a lot more lately.
Certainly twice for you.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, but this time it makes more sense. There's a reason that it happened. I still haven't figured out why it happened the first time.
It's a shame it didn't bring back Diablo 2.
Yeah. I wish I could have done more for him.
I wish I'd been of any use to him. I feel like I might have gotten him killed. I urged him into combat on my first instinct, and here I come back, and he is gone. You know,
It's not
He
your
was the-
fault.
I don't know. I can tell you he was the first actual friend I ever had in this world who wasn't a mark. Everyone else was a target or an opportunity to learn, had to socialize, had to lift their purse.
Diablo is very genuine.
Well, he's certainly straight to the point.
Yeah. And
He's-
because of that, I feel he may have wanted to accomplish more, but he went out the way he wanted to, fighting. You didn't see what I saw. After you went down, he walked that little snake pretty good.
I
Did his
mean,
best.
If you have some time, Valerie pulls out a little notebook. I'd be happy to write it down.
Yeah. It was incredible, honestly, because, and this will sound morbid, but, the cart, when it got hit, you and Naoki and Thalia all, fried. And he leapt into action. And, he immediately just started releasing, I guess mojo is the best way you could put it,
That's what he
into
called
this
it.
creature. Yeah. And eventually, though, as he was trying to, he wrestled it to the ground, if you'll believe that. And he was holding on to it. It was enormous. You should have seen it. It did eat him.
It ate him.
It did.
Is that what killed him? He was swallowed by the beast?
Eventually, I do think he succumbed to the, like, juices, but he was punching inside. I'm pretty sure. He had to be, right?
He punched his way out of the gullet of the beast. And in his death blow, he opened up for the weakness that allowed our mysterious savior to deal the killing blow.
Yeah, you could work with that. Could turn that into something.
Oh, well, I'll work on it. I'll workshop it a bit. Valerie's going to shapeshift back into their normal form. Well, thank you for this. That was Valerie. This one doesn't have a name yet. They never gave me one. They just
Would you
called
ever
me-
choose one?
Well, the name they called me was Null. Not a big fan, you know. But happy to meet you. And the arms are like extra long and thin. You can almost hear as the shapeshifting was happening, the inner working shifting, because the waist is very thin.
Like the
The
creaks
cage
of
had
like
to
bones
shift
and
up.
shit.
Right.
Nice.
And the internal organs had to shift into the new shape. And the ears are still long and elven in their own way. Actually, a little bit longer than Valerie's. But
And Noel has their hand extended, right?
yeah, perfectly
Emmeline will
like gray
just-
and white.
Emmeline will just take it
Yeah.
and then pull you into like a hug.
Yeah.
This is
And-
fine.
Okay.
We can workshop new names. That's
Yeah.
easy.
I like Valerie.
Keep it. It fits you.
Yeah. I've been Valerie more than I've been this. And I think you've earned the right to see the real me.
I'm honored. And Emmeline's just kind of... She's trying to be respectful about it
Yeah.
in the best way possible, but she is analyzing and like studying
Yeah.
you, but it's very analytical. And she's kind of just making note of all of these anatomical differences.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of just circle you, look around. So,
Yeah.
what exactly... Oh, sounds horrible. What are you? Shapeshifter?
The term is, I believe, changeling. I can turn into anything, and focuses and turns into a dwarven man. Very stocky.
I see.
Yeah. I can only adopt
It's
the form
fascinating.
of a creature with the same parts of me, but does change into again another tiefling with the same purple skin as Diablo. This one a woman, tall, powerful looking. I can be many things. I've been workshopping this one for a while, but I felt a
you-
little insulting to base it on my hero.
No. Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Yeah.
Or whatever they say. I'm sure
Changes
he
in-
would have loved it.
Yeah, changes into a red-haired human. You know, and this one here I tend to do when I like to sing songs at the pub and I don't want to pretend to be myself. It's fun. I get to claim to sing the songs of Valerie. But the accent still needs some workshopping. It's a little bullshit. And then changes back to Valerie. And each time there's a little bit of... You hear a little bit of creaking as the skin shifts and the organs move with the shaping of the body. Yes, so I can be many things.
But you're a performer at heart. Honest.
I want to be just a performer. I love singing in front
Just
of
a
people.
performer.
Yes. Well. It's tough
Well.
wearing so many faces.
I can't imagine what it's like. I only have one face. And I've never
looked into the illusionary magic to change it.
And they say you are a wizard. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah. But you know this. I want to put my energy into learning more, bettering my skill. And I have prestidigitation. That will help me in that category. The rest of my skills will be for things, maybe for the adventures that we go on. But if I were you, I would try not to worry about it. Everyone in the group has bonded with you. And even if you feel it was on a false pretense, or with you lying to everyone, I mean, only you can decipher this, but surely you were honest with us, vulnerable with us. Just because your face is different doesn't change your core.
Yeah. I don't know fully what my core is. That's the problem. They say in discussion there's the matter of nature over nurture. And I'm not sure what I was made or what I was born to be is something I understand yet.
You have the time and the safety to explore that.
Maybe.
Definitely.
We must continue on with our journey, and so long as we live another day, there is always hope. She kind of boops Emmeline on the nose.
Do you want to study these spells with me? I'm in the middle of rewriting this spell for the 59th time.
Well, I can take a look, but the way I approach magic's a little differently. But,
That's
you know,
fine.
it doesn't hurt to read a little bit. Yeah. They always said that you had to learn everything you needed to know so you could be prepared for any possibility. I don't think I was prepared for these people.
So, as this conversation is happening, the Craum,
Oh, no.
you have
Found a
found
book.
yourself in your sleep mode currently. You're
Yeah, I
in
have.
a shutdown state, but you are quickly awoken by the feeling of these multitude of iron bands quickly wrapping around your body, securing you in place. You are currently restrained, and as you become to your awake state, Jeremiah, would you like to describe your new character, please?
So,
Jeremiah.
you know, in this darkness of your solitary room, you can see a glowing fuchsia eye, a single glowing fuchsia eye. And you see the cherry of a cigarette glowing through the dark as a 6'3" tall hobgoblin wearing a wide, dark-brimmed hat and a dark cloak walks up to you. And he crouches down and looks you in the face.
Ain't you a ancient piece of fucking hardware?
Well, I mean, I have sentience just like you. I think of myself a bit more than that.
Yeah, can it, Tin Man?
And he pulls out a rag and stuffs it in Cram's mouth. And I'll give y'all a little view of him close up. He has a big scar on the left side of his face. And a little bit of a snaggletooth coming out. But yeah, he'll try to gag Craum with that rag. And he'll go to the window of the room. And he'll open it up and he'll whistle through his teeth for his trusty steed.
We'll get to that later. Nobody else can see it. All right, so this mysterious character with Craum, and you do get your chance to fight against these. So let me go ahead and put those up. You can make a strength check, DC 20, to try to break free.
No. Yeah, let me just. Oh, yeah, I'll do that right now for you, Michael. Ooh.
And for those of you who have not done so already, you are level 6 as you are going into this long rest.
I mean, it's not a bad effort. It's a 17. It's not a bad effort at all.
70. So you fight and you try to strain against these iron bands, but with they are a very potent magical item.
So I can't speak at the minute.
And Karen, what you see coming into your view as this hobgoblin has whistled for this creature is an interesting little guy. When I say little, he's about the size of a horse. He has the face and armored shell similar to that of a pangolin, walking on all fours with the legs that are very similar to a pachyderm. It is a clawed foot in the front, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a saddle going to the front, and its face itself kind of has a snout meant for smelling and digging, like that of a badger or a mole. You've heard of these creatures. These creatures are known as schnoggles, and are mostly the mount used to traverse the Xoraxan wasteland.
Okay.
So the steed comes up to the area right below the window.
All right. Hopefully you're not as heavy as you look.
And he goes to try to pull Craum through the window as he steps through it.
Stealth check with disadvantage, please.
Stealth check with disadvantage. Don't mind if I diddly do.
I diddly do.
Neighbor.
Oh, I'm gonna get smelted down.
That's a 17.
17 for both rolls. All right. Craum, are you doing anything, or are you able to do anything?
I mean, other than thrash about, but not really. I'm restrained, so.
Yeah. So as like Craum is trying to struggle against this captor, causing the disadvantage, you were thrown out the window.
Oof.
And you land. You are going to take some damage. That is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Do any of us hear this noise?
What is everybody's passive perception?
Mine's an
14.
11. Yeah.
Mine's a 15.
15? Anybody higher than
12.
15?
Nobody higher than the 15.
All right.
No.
So upon this happening, him kind of hitting the ground, Thalia, you hear something, some sort of a smacking sound. You don't quite know what it is.
I'm gonna go straight to Valerie and Emmeline and be like, yo, I heard some noise. We need to do some investigation, please.
Are they still awake during that conversation, or is this happening subsequently, or is this later
This
in the
is
night?
happening during your little conversation.
Okay.
Bro, you're awake. Come on, quick.
Valerie's head is kind of like resting against the book because her brain started to shut down as she started to fall asleep.
Come on. She'll kind
Let's go.
of shudder the shoulder a little bit and then get up and gather her items.
What's
Something's happening.
Can I tell it's in like the direction of Cram's room,
Go ahead
or
and
do
make
I
a
just kind of
perception check
hear
for
it?
me, please.
Perception.
Thalia, what's going on? Is there a fire? I don't smell smoke.
11.
I don't smell a lot, but
I don't smell smoke.
As they say in the middle of shit, she rolls us in the middle of City of Summermorn during the attack. I don't smell smoke. Go back to sleep.
as she's a chronic smoker, I don't smell smoke.
Anyway, 11, you do not know what is currently going on as he did not enter through the door for Craum. So there's nothing on the exterior of this hallway that would give you any sign. But quickly, the rest of the party is alerted, and Rosad, you do hear commotion from the hallway.
Dude, I told you to not move. Shelby, we gotta get out of here. He pats
Schnoggle is Shelby.
the Schnoggle, yeah. He pats the Schnoggle on the side.
Here's
Do
the thing
schnoggles
about
have teeth?
Schnoggles do
Whoa.
have teeth.
Yeah.
They are mostly kind of burrowing animals. They can dig. That's why they're good at traversing the wasteland, because they can like dig into the ground against the wind and stuff. They're resilient.
So how much
Imagine
can I
they
get
eat
for a
large
schnoggle
insects.
tooth?
Yo, guys, do you hear this? Wow, what's
The thing
going
is,
on?
the Schnoggles aren't the fastest creatures. They're not as fast as a horse. Their armor does weigh them down. But sure enough, you go to wake up Craum, as we do the rest of the party, and you knock his door, and there is no answer.
Where is he?
I barged through the door. Oh
Make a
god.
strength check for me.
We're
Oh, that's gonna
bashing
cost
these
us
super
money.
expensive
He's
in.
thought of everything. He's a criminal mastermind. He barred the door.
Oh,
Jeez.
oh no.
So Thalia, in a heroic moment, attempts to bash the door in the shoulder, and there is a snap as it becomes dislocated.
Oh!
Ouch.
That is 3
Um,
points of bludgeoning
Hey.
damage. As
you
pain
okay?
erupts through your shoulder.
You can mend that right later, right?
I step into the hallway. I clearly see what has just happened, and I say, "Give me a moment." And it's like a wooden door with a wooden floor, right?
Yes.
So, and it's not like airtight, right? It's not like up against. There's a little bit of a gap underneath the door.
Yes.
Cool. Renatus will get down on the floor. He'll look under. He'll like try to peek through the door, and he'll summon his echo in the room.
All right. You do that.
Yo.
And then he's gonna swap places.
Okay. So you find Cram's room empty. By the way, your shoulder needs to be put back in place, or you have disadvantage on all your melee attacks. until
How
that
do I do
happens.
that?
I need someone to make a medicine check. DC 15.
I'll do it. I will do my
Valerie
best.
will assist.
So you get advantage on this.
Yay! Oh, wait, no, my shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
21,
okay.
let's go!
You know, Valerie takes your arm and pulls real tight on it in a certain direction and just locks back in place. It is extremely painful, but you manage to move again as you're kind of fighting through the pain. Renatus opens up the door and you see that Cram's window is open. And as you look outside, you need someone to make a perception check with advantage.
Let me do it. Oh, I'm terrible at these, but whatever.
Perception, I've got a +5. Ah, never mind.
Oh well.
Well, that's one. Let's do one more, because
Yo, let's go. Come
one
on.
thing I'm not super good at.
You
Yeah.
look down the street and you see this pachyderm-like creature with a wide-brimmed hat rider going down the street with Cram tied on the back.
How far down is this window?
10 feet.
So we take damage.
If you fail a dex save, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
let's fail a deck save
So
as
it's gonna
Valerie
be
like
a DC 10 deck save. Of course, if you're restrained, you automatically fail those.
Yeah, so Valerie's gonna like lunge to the window and roll real
Valerie
bad.
bravely lunges out the window and falls flat on her face. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow, diving
As
out a
she
window is almost
rolls
like jumping
her
off a
ankle.
waterfall.
Well, I'm not doing that, and I just do Misty Step.
Just basically-
Oh, hey,
Valerie,
I also do
Face
Misty
down
Step.
on- Valerie face down on the ground, and both Renatus and Naoki appear. Boom, right next to her and help her up by her arms. Her hair's all like in her face. She's like, like as this is happening.
Oh,
All right,
You
what is
okay,
Thalia
Val?
doing? What is Thalia and Emmeline doing?
I'm running through the like out the hall, into the hallway, down the stairs, out the front door, hitting that what's his name, Tom Cruise run.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming Rosad notices this with his passive perception of 17.
Yes.
I'm gonna assume Valerie face planting on the sidewalk was something that everyone turned their neck to see.
I am also going to run out as well. I'm going to speed it through. Ugh.
All right, and now we're going to start a chase sequence, everybody.
Yeah, I'll
Alright,
say
alright.
once Rosad notices, he'll just look back at Craum and just like whack him with the back of his hand. It's like they didn't tell me you had friends.
Question: did we? Because I had my horse like with us. Did I just leave it outside of the front? Like, do they have like places to tie your horse, or did I stable it somewhere?
I would have said that you
At some point.
stabled it. Complementary to
That's okay.
the Shadowed Grove.
How far away is
Very
he?
So we're starting. So we are currently starting a chase sequence. So there's not a matter of like individual character speed or stuff like that. So what you do, for those of you who have not been in chase sequence before, is you say what you do to help your party advance forward. If you succeed, you proceed forward. If you fail, either depending on how you fail, you either go back or nothing happens, right? So, and both parties will take turns doing this. So, in order to succeed in this chase, the party will need to get within 1 tile of Rosad, while Rosad is trying to gain distance on you.
He's going the distance.
All right.
He's going for speed.
You're currently 3 tiles behind. So let me use tokens to show you this. Valerie is your party.
Gotcha.
Rosad is Rosad. You need to get to this tile to catch up to him.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody a visual actually, as we do this chase sequence. The map is just not important. This is what matters is the tokens. All right, so first, I'll let the Veiled Vanguard go first. What are y'all doing? So it doesn't matter who
Good
does
question.
what, but only one of you gets to. So whoever can come up with it first gets to go ahead.
3
And
tiles away is 30 feet.
it's not a matter of how many feet you are away.
Yeah. So Valerie's gonna scream, "Everyone, cover your eyes!" And she's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern right in front of Rosad.
Okay. With that, that's going to be a check that Rosad has. What save does he need to make? It does not have the exact effect of the spell. Keep that in mind.
No, it's just meant to confuse him. So it's a Wisdom save.
All
What's the
right.
DC?
16. DC 16.
Okay.
All right. That's a 12.
So the party gets to move up 1. Rosad, is now your turn. What do you do to head to the party?
Yeah, never mind. Is there anybody that looks, hypothetically to be leading the party, like running in front of everybody?
I'll say Valerie, as they were the first one to speak up.
And she clearly flung like a confusing bundle of magic at you.
So, that sucks. Rosad, he has a funny little ability where he can trip somebody with an attack due to Cunning Strike.
I don't like that.
Functionally how it works in combat is like you sacrifice a d6 of your sneak attack and you can try to trip somebody.
It's a good move.
Could he try doing that, essentially?
Is there a save for it?
Yeah. It's a dex save.
Sure, go ahead and do that, and then Valerie will be the one to make the save.
Yeah, you just see Rosad, as you're chasing him, a fuchsia knife appears in his hand, and he chucks it at your feet.
Okay, you need a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 26.
Okay, yeah, that
Natural
succeeds.
So Rosad throws this knife at the party, trying to trip up Valerie to hinder the rest of the party. But it does not work. Okay, party, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Could have used that natural 20 in the fall, but
I can help. I'm gonna cast plant growth in like the vicinity of where he's at.
What does plant growth do exactly?
Basically, it choose a point within range, 100-foot radius. All the plants become thick and overgrown.
Okay,
Yeah.
and is there a save against that? What is your spell save DC?
There's no spell
So
save.
what is your spell save DC?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is 13.
13. We're gonna look at that after the session. But Rosad, I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice,
Okay. Against the 13?
against the 13, please.
All right. 15.
15. So as the trees and the flowers and plants that make up a lot of the city start to grow and rapidly grow around you, trying to hinder you, your Schnoggle, Shelby, quickly pushes through with her claws, and you manage to walk through. Nobody gains or loses. Okay, Rosad, what are you doing?
Yeah, Rosad, he's just going to, he's gonna do it again.
Okay.
He's gonna do the same thing again.
To who?
Alright.
Which one? Target.
To whoever, I guess, he'll go for somebody kind of in the center, try to trip up maybe some of them.
Good choice. Good choice.
He'll go to the biggest one. Who's the biggest one? Naoki?
Naoki.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll throw one of his daggers at Naoki, trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw for me, please, Naoki.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oops. That was not a saving throw.
That's still a 20, so I'll give that roll to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another natural 20.
My bad.
All right, back to the party. What is the party doing?
Am I allowed to cast something that does damage?
Yeah, we just have to look about like what kind of check it would need. So what are you casting?
I would like to cast Mind Sliver on the stranger.
To stun him.
Okay.
What's his mind sliver?
What's your spell save DC? What's the save for
My
that?
spell. The save for that is intelligence 14.
All right. Rosad, can I get an intelligence save, please?
Sure. An intelligence save. I'm great at those. That's a 6.
The party
Okay.
needs one more
So
success.
that'll subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw, question mark?
Yep, I'll allow it.
Sweet.
All right, Rosad, what are you doing? As this party is quickly gaining, you did not anticipate this. This party that is apparently this automaton's friends that you're made aware of is quickly gaining ground on you. What would you like to do?
And casting a lot of magic.
Yeah, man. Basically, could I, actually trying to make this make sense, because this is weird. He doesn't. Honestly, he doesn't have that much. He's just. You just see him chucking these fuchsia daggers at the party. He'll do it towards Renatus this time.
Renatus, can I get a deck save, please?
Sure. It's not gonna be great. It's a 12.
Let me see what the DC would be for this. I know that 20 is above the DC, so that's why I didn't but fairly certain that fails.
Wait.
Wait.
Waiting.
Wait.
It's
Wait, I might not have anything for this. That's only for ability checks. Never mind.
yeah, it's a DC 16, so yeah,
Alright,
you
so-
Damn.
Rosad gains some ground as he trips over Renatus, and that kind of causes a domino effect among the party. All right, who's going next?
Oh no.
Thalia, you wanna go?
Can I like just try and shoot him with my longbow into like his ankle or something?
Sure.
So it doesn't like obviously kill him or anything, but it wounds him so he doesn't.
Okay.
It's a natural 20 on accident.
Does a 22 hit, Rosad?
22 does hit, yeah.
All right. So with that, I'll say that it stumbles you and you kind of like steer Shelby into a pile of crates, slowing you down a bit as you take this hit to you. You're not gonna take the damage. It's just.
Yeah.
All right. Rosad, it's now your turn.
Shit. He's just gonna keep doing the same thing. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. He really does not. He's not a spellcaster.
All right.
Does not have a whole lot of creative ways to do things. He'll aim for Emmeline, I guess. She hasn't gotten one.
Emily, can I get a deck save from you, please?
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Yeah.
11.
I got
Get a
the
dagger.
Ah shit.
It's
All
like
right, who's going
Oprah in
next?
this. I have something,
Go for it.
but it's kind of cruel.
Do it.
Okay.
I have something that's kind of cool.
No, it's cruel to the
Cruel?
horse.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
A horse.
You said it's
Not a horse,
got
it's
metal
Schnoggle.
on it, right?
You're gonna heat metal the Schnoggle?
Look at that metal.
I mean, I'm tied to the. I'm gagged.
Heat metal.
I'm gagged, dog.
It has like armadillo like armor. It doesn't actually have
Right.
metal.
The only thing that would be metal would be like the things of the saddle, but I wouldn't really count that.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Never
just shoot him again?
Shoot Craum?
No.
What?
Can I shoot his
I would
other
actually-
ankle?
Yeah, I mean he's
Why
on
the
a
ankle.
he's on a mount right now.
Go ahead, roll to
I'm sure
attack.
what the
Thalia, roll
ankle
to
does.
attack.
Can I?
The schnozberries. Take the schnozberries.
You can go next, Emily. Keep that in thought. There's a 13
Shit.
hit, Rosad.
There's a 13 now.
Or,
There's a little bit of a stalemate here.
all right, it's back to Rosad.
All right.
But I'm still throwing shit.
Yeah, he's gonna try Val again.
Pick someone.
Val.
Valerie.
All right.
Deck save again for me.
Yeah, deck save.
Please.
Yo.
Yeah.
Success.
21.
Emily,
Oh
what are you
yeah, that
doing?
succeeds.
Emily, what are you
Emily?
doing?
Oh, I want to shoot his mount with firebolt. No, I need to use inspiration. I'm using my inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
This is a 16
Yep,
hit
and
or
I-
smuggle. It will.
Okay. Yeah, I
Armor
didn't know.
class is 15 for that creature.
That's fair. Decent armor class for a slow, heavy creature.
Just bonk it.
All right,
Bonk.
so the party gets to gain some footing. Rosad.
He
Who
just
are we
like
talking to this time?
he sees what happens and he's gonna yell back. He's like, "You motherfuckers!"
Goodbye, TikTok.
We're not on TikTok.
Yeah,
The live is still broken.
He's
Devin regrets.
just to keep it consistent with what we've been doing. I'm gonna have him make an attack roll against somebody this time before he does it.
Okay. And also, you don't have to necessarily attack. You can also be like, I yell at people to watch out so they get out of our way, or I hit a stack of barrels as we go by, stuff like that. Think of like any movie chase scene. Get creative.
Yeah. All right, so he throws he just pulls like a dagger out of his like side, and then just throws it back.
Okay.
At I don't know, Renatus again, but it's
I'm safe.
the 26 to hit.
Why do you hate me? Yeah, that hits.
Still trying to get a reaction from you.
I don't know, you're scary looking. What do you expect?
Oh,
yet to have-
just you wait. You
We're
keep
back-
hitting me. I'm
We're
gonna
back
bring
to
out the
party.
scary.
What is the party doing?
So is there any obstruction in his path, like that?
It's kind of going down an alleyway.
Yeah, down an alleyway.
Big ass elements.
As he's going down the alleyway, is there like a sign hanging from like any shops that I could like potentially knock off and make it hit him in the face, or?
I'll say sure. There's either that or like a branch from one of the trees in the buildings or something.
Yeah, just gonna throw some generic magic at it.
Okay. Generic magic.
Yeah.
Random bullshit.
I'll hit it with a starry wisp, I guess.
Plot armor, go! Go ahead.
I'll hit it with a starry wisp, and we'll see what that does. So it's a 14 hit a sign.
14 does hit a sign. The DC for wood is 10.
Okay, so I got to see how much damage it does. So it does 3 radiant damage, which is not as much as I wanted it to.
So the branch, the sign kind of like cracks down and just like rolls out as you throw the dagger back. You look forward and boom, the sign hits you right in the face. You kind of lose your bearings for a second. All right, Rosetta, it's your turn.
How much alleyway do I have left?
You are, but if I'll say that if you get to this tile before they catch up to you, you escape.
All right, to this one you said? That's 3 away?
The one right before Sean and Trickshawn Glade.
Okay. And he just got hit in the face. He'll in a panic, he'll just try to he's going through an alleyway. Assuming there's like stacked crates or something, like maybe a brooms and a barrel.
Okay.
He'll go and grab that and try to throw it like behind him.
Go ahead and make a strength check, please.
Okay. That's a 4.
4. As you run by, you try to grab it, but it's far too heavy than you realized. All right, guys, this could be the winning move. What are y'all doing?
So question. He, never mind. Actually, Craum is... Am I able to cast light on Craum? It says I can't cast it on something that's being worn or carried by someone else.
Then no.
I think it's touch
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
I can do something.
Go for it.
I mean,
I think we're close enough. Can I Misty Step onto the horse?
onto the snoggle.
On the schnoggle.
Mhm.
It's not a horse.
The
it's a
Schnoggle.
Schnoggle. And to what? I guess I was like, from point A to point B. Once you get to point B, what are you doing?
I'm gonna grab the holder and, you know, veer him off track.
He's gonna snoggle the snoggle.
Okay, so make an animal handling check for me, please.
Oh, let's see.
You better be good at that.
I'm decent at it.
You're a druid, man.
17. I will say that succeeds. Naoki being close enough, Misty steps onto Shelby and grabs the reins and veers them into a pile of crates where Shelby collides with, and both Rosad and Craum are thrown off of Shelby, and kind of Craum rolls and comes to a stop as Rosad is on his back. And the party catches up. And that will end the chase.
Valerie
That was fun.
swings
Rosada's
her-
kind of laying in a pile of crates.
Yeah, Valerie like swings her metal fan open and pushes
Whoa,
the edge
girl.
up to his throat. What do you think you're doing?
Hey, let's not get hasty, alright? Nobody has to die here. I wasn't gonna kill him. I was just taking him somewhere, alright?
Yes, you were taking him bound and gagged somewhere, friend.
Yeah, I mean, I can't have him yelling. That'd draw too much attention.
Yeah. You could just ask his permission. Presses it just a little bit, enough to draw blood.
Hey, I don't...
The iron bands will loosen around Craum and turn back into a ball of the bands wrapped up around each other, like a rubber band ball, but made of iron.
Hey, chill out. I was just doing my job.
For who?
Or somebody, alright?
Can I... Valerie's eyes are going to shift to like, the same shape and color as a wolf's eyes. And she snarls as her teeth extend.
Make an
For
intimidation
who?
check. For with
Yeah.
advantage. Can I get a charisma saving throw from you, please?
That's a...
Oh, the one.
You
oh
are
god,
quite
natural
scared by
one.
this. Suddenly
Hey,
ferocious
hey.
creature.
Okay. Somebody wanted him. What's a hunk of metal worth to you anyway?
That hunk of metal is our friend.
They fucked me.
So, how
I was
about...
told there was gonna be one, and there's 6 of you.
So, how about this? Do you think it is worthwhile that we introduce ourselves to your friend?
I'm afraid it's not that simple, as much as I'd love to help you right now.
Would you like to help yourself?
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you everything. I can't get you to my employer directly. It's a lot more complicated than that.
Are they a purveyor of illicit goods? Let's say potentially creatures?
Listen, I was told by my boss that somebody wanted him. And he points to Craum. I was carrying that out. I could have killed him. I didn't.
I assume he's worth more alive than dead, but, Craum, what do you think we should do with this scum?
I mean, I'm interested why someone would be interested in me. I mean, we could use him to find this out. But, I mean, he seems like a good for nothing to me, so...
Well, so also...
Listen, don't you want to know why somebody might want you?
Yeah, but I'm sure I could find that out other ways. I mean, if they send you after me, I'm sure they'll send more. Then I'll just keep myself better protected next time.
No,
Oh,
we
no,
have to get
it's-
to the root of it. If they're gonna send more, I mean, this guy. But what about the next one?
Well, we can always be a little bit more distracting, but I think it would behoove you to consider the fact that we used a fraction of our power to retrieve our friend, and while you did almost escape us, we only did that because we did not want to kill innocents to extract our friend. So,
Which is why I shot you in the ankle.
yes.
Yeah, that fucking hurt, okay?
So you help us, and you will get to keep your head.
Listen, alright? Do you want to know why I was sent or not?
Yes.
Yes.
The pressure
Obvious.
on the fan pulls back just a little bit, so it's there but not in contact with his.
You see, you're reasonable. You're reasonable. We're reasonable. We're reasoning here. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, I'm a guy who gets the job done. They don't give me any specific information, but I'm hard to see. Sneak around a lot. I overhear things. And thing I overheard is this person who hired my people to hire me was looking into stuff about the ancient Xoraxan kingdom. All right. And they said that guy, your friend, okay, your friend was important.
He is important. So, they.
Is that interesting to you, all? Xoraxan, he said you're Xoraxan. He's looking at Craum.
I mean, is that all the information you've got, or?
I mean, I have more, but you'll have to take this blade away from my neck, or else you won't hear anything.
I mean, that's a Valerie. Let him stand.
Yeah, snaps
poor
closed. There's
man.
a heavy click as all the plates fall back into place, but she keeps it in her hand. She's kind of spinning it despite the weight. But I think it's time. And her face shifts back to the normal appearance. I think it's time that we have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. He goes into his pocket, pulls out a little steel case and opens it up and pulls out a fresh cigarette, puts it up to his lip, and you notice he lifts up his fingers and he's wearing a glove that has a triangular ruby in the back of it, and sticks out his middle finger and it lights on fire and he lights a cigarette with it.
Do you have to use that finger to do that, or is that just for fun?
You're seeing things. Anyway, you would like to hear that there's some ruins to the south. Xoraxan ruins.
Are they,
And
What do you know about that?
are they in frustration?
the south, you know, I can take you there. Matter of fact, I can get you in.
Okay. And what is in it for you for us to voluntarily walk into a trap?
Man, I ain't got no time for traps.
Because, yes, the good news for you is, if what you're saying is true, our friend is interested in the history of the Xoraxan Empire. That might be enough of a bargaining chip for you to come along with us as our guide.
Yeah. You need me as a guide. Why would I mean, you all are clearly capable. Just keep an eye on me. Take me with you. Make sure I'm not doing any shady shit. It'll be fine. All right?
Just to say,
I'm not leading you into a trap.
that's okay, because you think I'm scary. You should see what our big friend here can do when he brings his big sword out.
Big sword, I'm not really into that idea. Sorry.
Looks at Renatus. Show him what's in store for him if he gets the wrong idea.
Renatus' eyes will just glow green like usual, and then all of a sudden his echo manifests behind him.
With the biggest goddamn sword.
It's just a long sword.
See,
It's there.
this is why I ask for more information on my jobs. They send me into bullshit like this, and they expect me to come out unscathed. He just like pinches his brow.
Emmeline will hold out a cigarette of her own and kind of wait for him to light it. Sounds like you have really shitty bosses.
It does.
No, doesn't everybody have a shitty boss?
Not
Sure.
me.
Yes.
I love my bosses.
Uh-huh.
They treat me good.
He just takes his index finger and he pokes under your cigarette, and it's lit. All right. So can we please pull our fucking underwear out of our asses, loosen up a little bit?
Why don't you tell us your name first?
I'm Rosad. He'll take off his hat and, bow a little bit, slick back, jet black hair, and he'll put it back on.
We are the Veiled Vanguard.
It's a name. Emmeline.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You said your name's Rubio?
Rosad.
Rosad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Valerie says her name. I'm Valerie. And
Tin Man. Lady that shot me.
You should respect him enough to say his name, because Craum is a person, not a robot, not an automaton. He is an actual entity with life and value.
We're
Okay.
sure. We're pretty sure.
Well, he has life.
I'm just.
He has value. He is more than just the exchange price that you can get for him on a market.
Okay,
That's
I don't get paid. I don't sell him. Okay, I don't really care about any of that. I'm not taking him anymore.
Good.
I don't really give. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm helping you guys. I don't really give two shits about your philosophy. Can we get this over with?
Can I just get my arrow back out of your ankle, please?
Fine. He'll,
And by
lay
the way,
down.
The
Just
name's
take
Thalia.
Thalia, yeah.
Getting an arrow.
Or you can still refer to me as the one who shot you. That would be
She is
still
the one
quite
who
a nice nickname.
Okay. Thalia, here's your arrow back. We'll
Thank
drop
you
it in
very
her
much.
hand.
I step over and blow a few petals in his face, casting Balm of the Summer Court. I'm Naoki. Pleasure.
Like
Yeah,
Cave
pleasure.
Fairies and fucking Zelda. Like, "Mwah."
God, no.
He'll,
He's. Oh, God.
Oh Lord.
yeah, pleasure. And then he'll stand up completely, and he'll go over to Shelby.
It's a natural one.
And just pat her. Come on. You all right? So pet the schnoggle. Scratch it on the back. All right. Lay off of her, okay? She didn't do anything. She was listening to me. Don't
Yes.
just.
Well, let's hope that you can enjoy getting a little profit out of the misery of your employer. Because they did definitely fuck you.
Listen, they they showed me a picture. I went. My employer's not the one that did this. The people that paid my employer did this. I couldn't give two shits about them. Their money's obviously no good anymore. I can't complete this job. Job failed. But just to make sure they don't send anybody after me, cause more of a problem than we already have, I'll tell them. And you guys see a crystal in his ear, and he just taps it, and he'll just speak, and he'll go, I got the query, I'm heading back. And then, there. I'll make sure the spell ends before he says there.
So, we are going to meet up with them on the way, I believe? Or is that just a diversionary tactic?
Well, my employers don't expect me back for a long time. Maybe we can look into your ruins. Maybe find out who sent the hit initially. I don't know. I'm giving you all I got here, all right?
I find it awfully curious that you bring that up. This was something I wanted to talk to everyone about in the morning. But we can have a midnight romp about it. I think we should still go to the ruins and complete the job from the professor, even without him.
Well, the question is, are we going to the same place or a different place?
I assume they're the same. Aren't they the same?
We'll have to
The
pull
ruins
our
the
map
professor
out.
was going to?
Do we have a map?
You got a map from the professor's body when you looted him.
Right.
Craum specifically has that map, and yes, they are the same ruins. You were told that it was south of Alarman, in the Lammuld Wood, like in the middle of it. But the professor comes from the College of Miradorn.
Well, it looks like you've lucked out. Where you are willing to lead us is where we needed to go.
Yeah, lucky me. I get dealt a shit hand. I get shot. Yeah, luck. Okay,
Well,
let's go. All right.
Good news is, you also get potentially a cut of the profit if you're a good boy.
Okay. All right. There's potential profit. I'll be okay.
Okay.
It makes it a little bit easier knowing that there's money at the end of this road. Potentially.
Yes. The question for you, my friend, is, are we safe to go back to the inn we just left, or should we expect potential visitors checking in on the location they sent you to, or did you find it on your own?
It's a one-man operation. I just told them it's all clear, told them I got the tin man, told them I'm headed back.
Yeah. That's good news. So, we need to take a rest, and you get a big, quiet friend here to be your babysitter for the night to make sure you stay good.
Okay.
And maybe you get a little bit of sleep to, work off that hurt ankle of yours.
We'll be fine in the morning.
I still don't understand how that works. So, let's go back to the inn, and tomorrow you get to be our new friend.
Or like acquaintance.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't go
boss.
as far as friend. But yeah.
I mean, we found Naoki in a prison cell. I mean, he's already technically more trustworthy.
Soon enough,
All
the
right.
party begins to head back to the Shadowed Grove. And while you are all walking back to Shadow, a voice calls out. And you look up, and from one of the branches, a small collection of mushrooms has grown out from such. And a voice says, Naoki, I picked up on the network that you were in the area. I need you to return back to the grove for a quick moment while you're here.
Okay.
And soon enough, the mushrooms shrink back. And what happens next is a story for another time. So everybody, that is where we are going to end for this evening. A character has passed away, but a new one has risen to the challenge of being a hero in Procedure Encounters. But we'll find out what happens next week here at 8 p.m. EST here at twitch.tv/LichSouls. And just a quick reminder to all of our viewers that the dates of March 26th and April 2nd, there will be no Prestige encounters during those 2 weeks. However, I'm going to go ahead and take this time to pass on over to our Hobgoblin. What are you, a fighter?
Rogue.
Woo. Razad.
Yeah. Funny thing. I went from the character who was made for this to the character who was not really paid enough for this. But yeah, I'm excited to, in the absence of Diablo, play with Rosad, a character who I've had on my in my pocket for a while, and see where this takes the party with my new, very unhappy about his situation character. And a lot of silly little detail for you folks, as you did kind of tackle him to the ground, look at him up close. Had a silly little necklace that he wore around his neck, 2 charms, one with a forked path and an eye, and then one with a skull with a cross over one of the eyes. Ooh. But yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes, and with that I'll pass it over to Quentin, aka the big fucking scary guy that's drooling on me while I try to sleep.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah. Oh, wow. What a session. Definitely going down as one of the sessions of all time. But yeah, sad to see, the loss of Diablo, but hopefully this new character here will be enough to fill that hole in our hearts. But yeah, great session. Great little chase scene. Always love those. I ain't got much else other than it was a great session. And of course, thank you to everyone who was chatting up in chat tonight. And speaking of great sessions, you can't have a great session without great role players. So thank you to all of our wonderful role players for helping bring this story to life. And speaking of stories being brought to life, you got to have a story to begin with. So I want to thank Michael, our wonderful DM, for putting the story together for us and bringing us together each and every week that we can. So yeah, that's all I got. So Guy, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, that was honestly like one of the most interesting, like, if everyone was watching this, it's a twist to who survives. Guess what? We all didn't know who was going to survive too. And the Dungeon Master, being the evil genius that he is, kind of maybe let some people think that they were dead. I mean, honestly, it's wonderful having like that drama. And so if you were watching this and you were wondering who the heck is going to come back next week, so were we. Some of us had made our peace, but it actually makes the story more compelling not knowing who's going to come back in a moment like that, especially when another character has to make that horrific choice of which of her friends to save and which to let die. So, good storytelling. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. Finally get to show the secret side of Valerie a little bit. That little lie that I've been dragging out slowly over time and making some players in the past suffer because they wanted to know more. And it's a lot of fun. So, all of this only works because I have people like this to play with, and that's why role-playing is a collaborative thing, because you need to have somebody to actually feed off of to make those story points worthwhile. And I thank Michael for making this world and all of you for making it fun to play in this world together and have these moments. And it was sad to see Diablo pass away today, but fun to see Jeremiah pull up Rajad and almost kidnap one of our party. So I'm going to pass it on to the man who managed to get away again. The man who has value.
Yeah,
Josh
worth.
plays Craum Gaku.
Yeah, I'm worth at least 1 million gold.
Platinum.
At least. Platinum, yeah, I like that idea. No,
Electrum.
really,
Like 1 million Electrum.
yeah, I don't know.
Who uses
The-
Electrum?
The us old folks. Good session, good fun, good bit of roleplay. Good little chase scene there. Yeah, I'm excited. We're maybe off to go find out some stuff
About 2
that
maybe.
Craum really wants to find out. And some other people as well, yeah. I'm excited for what happens next. I don't really know. I'm just going to pass it on to Emmeline, who's played by Chloe.
No, Emmeline is in my head. She comes out, she plays like Ratatouille. But
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
super duper fun session. It was a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, thinking about, who I wanted to revive. But overall, I'm actually super excited to see this new character. I love Diablo. I thought he was great. Loved his energy, very genuine. And I don't know, I think we'll see him again. So, while we'll honor him in our next session with the words of parting, I'm really excited to see this new character kind of integrate themselves into the group.
Yeah. Can I add a note?
Yeah,
We now have double the lung cancer in this party.
that's what I'm talking about.
Hey
That
kids,
is what I'm talking
don't
about.
smoke.
Don't
Don't
do it.
smoke unless
Or do. We don't care. We're not your dad.
Valerie's
Don't smoke unless you're a cool hobgoblin.
I'm gonna sit here while you
I'm
smoke
actually
a whole
Valerie.
carton of cigarettes.
Yeah, because that was.
Right.
I'm gonna get you completely addicted.
And that'll be my final note, other than thank you guys so much for playing with me tonight. Thank you, Michael, for guiding us, leading us, creating this world. And go ahead and take it over, Isaac, who plays Naoki.
It was a very fun session, not gonna lie. I was really sad whenever I just watched Naoki just get blown apart along with everyone else. And it was like, you couldn't do anything, and I was like, that was really sad, but I'm thankful that Emmeline revived us, and I'm kind of sad that Diablo was the one to, get the axe, but I think we'll see him again. Eventually. I'm sure something is in plan, in store, and it was also really fun doing that chase scene. And I'm really curious to see what this mushroom person has to say to me.
I wonder who this mushroom person is.
Yeah, I wonder. He sounds like a dipshit.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you? Sorry, Jeremiah. Can you do your best impersonation of the mushroom guy's voice?
I'm a mushroom guy.
You bastard.
It still hurts. I love how some of you are just coming to this realization. By the way.
I knew. I heard the voice you were doing.
Oh, it's
And-
Oh my god.
oh my god, what am I doing?
Live.
Live,
Sorry,
live
sorry,
Josh.
carry on,
reaction.
Isaac. Sorry, carry on, Isaac.
Anyways, let's take it over to Thalia before I cough myself to death.
Please don't. We don't have any more abilities to revive.
I don't really know what the fuck's going on right now with this mushroom shit, to be honest.
It's just what you do when you have a good time at the end of the night.
Okay.
We're not on TikTok. We're okay.
I was one of the ones who was told I was permanently dead. And then, surprise, surprise, oh wow, I have been revived. I don't know the words, I just didn't want to say just dead and just leave it like that, so yeah, don't judge me for that. I see you. I see you, Michael. But yes, I'm very happy to have been revived because I get to play more of the character because I was very much enjoying this character so far. And happy that Kevin, we get Kevin still. We don't lose Kevin.
Kevin is immortal.
It is Kevin's fault
technically.
that the thing attacked you in the first place, though. So
Oh, shh.
Is it really?
Yeah, the draconic energy attracted that big, like, lightning serpent because the
Technically,
lightning
y'all-
serpent was
enough.
created.
Y'all.
My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, we should
Leave
have fire.
Kevin alone.
Yeah, I think we
Bro.
got to send Thalia back to her country.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right.
Okay.
Britain, where all the
Wow.
dragons live. She's already there.
Yay. I don't really know what to add now. I've kind of gone off a bit topic-wise. I enjoyed the chase scene, actually. I've never done a chase scene before. So that was quite fun to do, especially being able to shoot him in the ankle.
Yeah.
My last resort was going to be shooting him in the arse, because the ankle wasn't working. But we caught him in the end, and that was very fun. I really like the new character, though. The character seems quite cool, and the art looks really good as well.
Thank you.
So
He's got the skills of an artist.
yeah. I don't think I have anything else to add, so I'm just gonna hand it back. So, and yeah.
thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight, and thank you so much for dealing with our myriad of antics throughout the session, such as the tiefling bartender, the magi mixologist, and
She
the
was
My
so
Hero
good.
Academia fan. Oh no, it's been passed back to me. I know what I'll do.
Uh, he's actually over.
End
My
the
Hero
stream,
Academia. He's into Demon Slayer now that he's met Emily.
I have nothing else to say other than bye.
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 Bye bye.
See you next week.